Let's go. Let's go. Hello, everybody. Hi. I was going to say happy Monday, but it's not, is it? It is not. Let me post this chart in Discord for who is asking about this one. Yeah, so you filled at the double top there for now. SHFS looks to be trying to push. There's so many good names this morning, which is a good thing. And you know what's not a good name? Yeah, Spy. That's what's not a good name. Good morning, everybody. Shima, good morning. Virus, good morning. Sorase, good morning. Jason, good morning. Good morning, AK. Ayo, Prince, good morning. Show me the monies. Yeah, Sohel, good morning. Jay, good morning. Amy, good morning. That's why. Jim, good morning. Tony, how was your birthday? How's your birthday, Tony? Dean, good morning. KB, good morning. Tony was enjoying a barbecue this weekend. Tony, good morning. Floyd, you're doing more farming today. The weather's been nice, Floyd. So, well, hot. YW, good morning. Al, good morning. Jack, good morning. Mohammed, good morning. Ricky, good morning. A, good morning. River, good morning. Good morning, Martin. Speed, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Okay, let me scroll back to the bottom. Pizza, good morning. Chester, good morning. Alex, good morning. Make some monies, Alex. Please and thank you. Grant, good morning. Mark, good morning. Birthday was good? Good. Lisa, good morning. CM, good morning. Takel, good morning. Joseph, good morning. Russ, good morning. Shaftman, good morning. Clay, good morning. Andy, make the right decisions, please. Christopher, good morning. Yeah, good morning, good morning. Ralph Lauren, oh, you mean the shirt? The blue shirt? Yeah. Good weather means good day for farming. Yeah. Yes. Chris, other Chris, good morning. So many Chris's. JCN, good morning. Carolyn, good morning. Oh yeah, the logo. Yeah. Yes. Renelle, good morning. Good morning if I missed you. Happy Tuesday. Sick Money, hello. They've actually been quite a few good names this morning, right? Like look at this. This is Strata Skin Science, SSKN. This looks really nice, right? So Andy, I'm looking at all the Andy, Tony, I'm scrolling up. Alex, yeah, you can see the you can see the right. Yeah, there you go. That was a beautiful. That would have been a beautiful play for the goat members, right? That would have been easy monies there. Goat. Alrighty, so that would have been nice. CARM has been really nice, right? And predictable. Like you can kind of see how this thing seems to be going back and forth for now. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, right? So for now, it's done a really good job staying above 55 to 54 cents. You just seem to have a lot of resistance at 60 cents. So it's going to need to break above that level. You guys know. No. Yeah, that's every other culture except for North America, though. Luna. V, good morning. What's your favorite stock, Martin? Don't worry, that question is coming. Triple U is also done well, right? Like this thing inside a really good pre-market. Look at this. I woke up and I saw you guys cooking this one. BBJ, BBV, good morning. Justin, good morning. Good morning, Luna. Good morning. Right, I woke up and I saw you guys cooking this one, right? Look at this beauty. Again, gold members, can you see it? You can see it, right? You can see it. You can see the monies. You can see the monies, right, gold members? You can see the monies, right, Andy? Right, so that's the second play this morning. Prasad, you see it? You see it. You see the monies. You see the monies, right? So that was a really nice run and a double top, right? We seem to be consolidating now, going into the open for triple U. So this is hello Rita. Yeah. Well, not you. Well, yes, me. We are yes. Okay, good. Saved. Good. So that would have been a really nice morning if you played with either that as SSKN or triple U, right? Again, CARM is done really well. If I scroll all the way down, you can see it, right? Gold members, you see it? You see it, right? You see it. Anyways, I'm kidding. So double top again at 60 cents for this one. So we'll see if we can break out of that. The S&P is gapping down 1%, so that's a pretty nasty gap down. Trump is speaking today at 2 p.m. Not sure what he's going to say. He has an announcement, but we'll see what he says. NUKK is another one that looks interesting. You just have a double top at 540, 550. So there's a lot of resistance there. Alrighty. ASNS doesn't look too bad. This thing has a history of scams though. So it'll be interesting to see if it can break out. If it breaks above 55 cents, it's gonna keep pushing. Alrighty. So that looks okay, right? But we have so many names to look at. Whether he can speak or not to remain, it remains to be seen. Yeah. Dan. Good morning, Dan. How's your weekend? What did I do? Greg, good morning. Hello, hello. I thought he's in the hospital. Oh, interesting. Hmm. Well, I don't know. I guess we'll find out at 2 p.m. then, right? Has to say. I think the market sold up the last day of last month and the first day of this month. It's just we're going into that September cycle, right? Um, this is usually the worst time of the year for the markets, not momentum stocks, right? I mean, like think about it. Like look at the names we're playing with, right? So this one's obviously cooked. Triple U is up 80%, right? After hitting a double top, like the momentum stocks are always fine. It's the large caps that go through, the weird cycles, right? For the large cap, for the momentum stocks, the worst month is like August, right? Other than that, though, there's always runners all over the place. So pre-market has been good. If you woke up this morning, hopefully you made some monies. If you made your money already in pre-market, type yes in the chat. If you're green for the day already because of pre-market, type yes in the chat. There you go, Prince. Well done. Love it. Uh, Vena, good morning. Hello, hello. Related since Air Force, la 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 la. Invite to, okay. Hmm. Fernando, I'll take a look at some point. What do you have a position in that play? Let me know. Right. So quite a few of you guys are green already, right? Raymond, good morning. Yeah. Yes, Green Day A. Yep. See, Mario, Green Day. Love it. Yeah. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Sold half. Not sure what to do next. KT, what's your entry price? Let's go, Aussie. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Aussie, Aussies, welcome to the community. Alrighty. Let me get you an invite. Let me get you an invite. Let's go. This is your invite at the bottom of the chat there. So click the link and follow the steps in the Getting Started channel, Aussie. Eugenia, good morning. Matt, good morning. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. So at this point, I think we have a lot of names to look at. So for the most part, I think we're gonna wait for the market to open and see which of these names actually break out, right? So we kind of talked about that in the class on Monday, yesterday. See, I'm already forgetting we did a class yesterday, right? So we kind of talked about the names that stand out at the open, right? They're usually the ones that are doing a few things, right? So we shall see if some of these names can do that today at the open. Cool. Because not all of these names will cook, right? NUKK is trying to break above that $5.40. So if it can, that might be a good thing. It looks like ASNS is also retesting the top of the range now as well, right? So a bit of a dip and then a curl. So that looks okay, right? BLK, good morning. Pineapple Express. Pineapple announces the launch of 100 million injection. Treasury becoming the first public traded INJ holder. I guess they wanted to be the first at something. PAPL. These guys are becoming like the ultimate meme stock, huh? Um, Again, the S&P is slowly coming back, from the bottom there. Not sure how much of a bounce we're gonna get though before we get slapped again, but we shall see. Yeah. Not happy Monday, Suck Monkey. Happy Tuesday. Tuesday. Yo, Devin. Question for you guys in the chat with 4 minutes to go. What's your favorite name going into the open? PAPL. What's your favorite name going into the open work? Good morning. Hello. Yeah, it had that initial pop, right? I and J is not something that like is, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. SSKN Tony. See what I mean though? Like usually the entire chat is like this. Everybody's like, yeah, this name, yeah. This morning, like look at the differences, right? That's what I mean. Like we have so many names to look at, right? And it's really gonna depend which of these names will, yeah, can perform at the open. Like everybody's picking a different stock. Right? So that's because we have so many names that look good going into the open, right? SSKN has done well. Obviously, a lot of resistance at $4.50. So now we're backing off, but then retesting 345, 350, and actually holding. So if we can stay above that level, that'd be a good thing. And the 200 EMA is a little bit lower. So if we want to sell off, then $3 maybe, um, right? CARM doesn't look horrible. You have a triple top though, right, at 60 cents. So that's been a problem. If we want to dip, then we can dip to 50 cents and test that level and then bounce back, right? Triple U's done really well this morning, really well, right? So obviously a lot of resistance at 550 with the double top, right? And then if we want to sell up, we could easily sell up to 550. That double bottom on the left hand side there, right? So HWH was another one that did really well, and now it's kind of playing games, but it's also holding a bit of a demand zone at 240, right? And then again, NUKK hasn't broken out yet. SHFS has its is holding that demand zone, and then ASNS is the newest one that's kind of picking up some steam going into the open, right? There's so many good names going into the open, so if you really need to just give it a second, right? Sit back and relax for a few minutes so the markets can go crazy, and then we then do that. Alrighty. Don't forget to smash a like, guys, as we go into the open, please and thank you. Alrighty, I would appreciate that. Smash a like, hit that subscribe if you're new, and yeah, and let's cook, please. Let's cook, and let's see. One second. There we go. Yeah, ASNS is looking good there. Is anybody holding ASNS in the chat? Testing 60. These 60 cents. There we go. You're in, James, 46 cents. Beautiful. Congratulations. Yeah, Imad, you too. Shima, yeah. Yes, Brian. Well done, guys. Jericho, have a wealthy and green day as well, please and thank you. Yeah, good job. So there goes 61. The only thing you have to be mindful of, guys, is that you're approaching the open, right? And usually interesting things happen at the open, right? Like unpredictable candles. So there we go, and we are open, right? So this is the one that's done well coming into the open, but obviously we know that the other names will kind of come around as well. So 60 cents to 62, there's a bit of a supply zone there for ASNS, so just be mindful. Hopefully you can get a nice boom ski in a squeeze. It's actually holding up quite well, right? Less volatility than we expected, which is a good thing actually. So let's see if we can stay above the 9 EMA. SSKN, nothing happening here yet, other than maybe looking for double bottom at 340. And there goes a bit of a pop off that demand zone. Yeah, there goes a pop. I wish this supply zone was in here. The entire red thing. it would have been a little bit easier to navigate. But it's holding for now. So above 340, if you're in a position, watch that. CARM, right? We kind of mentioned this 200 in the VWAP area, closer to 50 cents. So if you're watching or holding this, then we kind of need to stay above like this area here. Alrighty. So maybe a little bit of consolidation would be nice. We just did the same thing for triple U, right? So triple U, $5.50 is holding, right? So this is what, the third time now. That's three, kind of, right? So triple U is looking good, holding up that 550 demand zone and popping for $6. Then we have a bit of a resistance here, $6, right? So let's see if we can clear that. But that's a nice little pop though, right? So for now, that's expected, right? Are we gonna break out? We'll find out really soon. We will find out really, 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 really soon. 60 cents. And then ASNS has been the one that's looked really good coming into the open, right? So that looks good. NUKK is breaking out, by the way. So NUKK finally broke above that 540, straight to the next supply zone, right? So pick a name. Pick a name. My goodness. Right? So quite a few. What is that? 575. 575. ASNS is failing at 62 cents for now, so that's supply zone. But it still looks really good though. Like it wants to break out of it. PAPL just hasn't had that momentum yet, right? Triple U still needs to clear $6 here for that next phase of the run. So hopefully it can, right? Because I know some of you guys are holding this. ASNS again, 62 cents resistance. Be careful, alrighty. Again for SSKN, I just don't like that it has that supplies on all in its face like that, right? Triple U needs to break above $6 before we can feel confident yet. CARM, no signs of consolidation yet, right? But it is holding that 50 cents, so it needs to keep holding that level. Cool, 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 cool. Yeah, Ella. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We have a new member, by the way, Ibrahim. Welcome to the community. Welcome to the community. Alrighty. Yeah, LAWR. Robo Consulting. This is one of those IPOs we trashed not too long ago. Yeah, you are a member now, Ibrahim. Let me get you an invite link, okay? Um, this is why, guys, again, we advise that if you're not sure what to do at the open, if you're not holding positions, you're not confident, you're just not sure, sit back and wait for a second, right? So Ibrahim, click that invite link at the bottom of the chat there and follow the steps in the getting started channel, please. There's a video at the very end of the getting started channel. Watch that video at some point. It's going to walk you through everything. Alrighty, welcome. So yeah, 320, 325-ish is your next resistance for LAWR. We'll see what that thing can do. Cool. The S&P is not looking too sassy, is it? Looking pretty weak skis, right? Pretty weak skis, but we'll see if that thing can find a way to perform. So it looks like CARM is holding for now above the 200, that 50 zone, right? So for now, right? SSKN, like I said, I wasn't really confident with that thing having a supply zone up there, so not amazing to look at. NUKK is just flying now, right? NUKK, as soon as NUKK broke above that resistance, that thing said, okay, I think I have it now, right? So as soon as NUKK broke out of that resistance, right there at the bottom, $5.40, that thing just exploded after that. So hopefully, I think Abdi, I know one of the members was looking at this. I think that's why we posted that chart. Oh, Yassine. Yeah, Yassine was looking at this. So hopefully he made some nice monies on that. CARM is retesting that 50 cents again, right? My goodness. Chaos. ASNS has retested the view up and then bouncing back up towards 60 again. Test and bounce. Test and bounce. Ah, there we go. Beautiful. Yeah, Grants, that's a really good scalp. Grants got in at 510 and sold at $6. Beautiful. Damn. Look at that. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful Grants. Grant must have played the news on this one. Right? So played the news. Beautiful. Congratulations. That's a really nice scalp. ASNS again. So that 60 to 62 is going to be your resistance. Um, some of these other names are still just kind of going sideways here. Not quite sure what they're going to do. HWH is retesting resistance as well. So nice little hold at the bottom, right? $2.30, double bottom. That's not too bad. But NUKK is cooking there. Cooking. Cooking. So there goes 620, 627, 627. Looking good. Yeah, Christopher? Good. I like that. 264. I like it. Yep. Especially when you're approaching a supply zone like that, I think that's a really good scalp. So good job. Yeah, triple U looks okay. It just hasn't broken out yet, right? You can see that little like wall there, like 605-ish. If this is something you're watching, it really needs to break above that. If not, it's gonna die soon. So um, yeah, this consolidation is cool, but it really needs to break out. Really, really needs to break out. FMFC with a little pop. Speaking of $6, here comes the push. Triple U is like, who's gonna die? Me? Not gonna die. NUKK is flying though. Type yes in the chat if you're holding NUKK. Oof! Look at that thing cook. NUKK said, "Let me go, let me go." Damn! That thing said, "Let me go." 670. Sheesh. That thing said, "Let me go, please." 676. Damn! That's a pretty nice push. So high of 678. I will not FOMO. I will not FOMO. I will not FOMO. I will not FOMO. Good job if you did FOMO. um, so the breakout for this was the easy play was the breakout. Again, when we did the class on Friday, on yesterday, guys, what did we say was a key factor to a stock performing after the market opens? Can somebody help me out with that? What did we say was a key factor? What's the differentiating factor between like a name that performs poorly in pre-market, like at the open, versus a name that performs really good at the open? Let's go, Dustin, the criminal. Give me a high five. Give me a high five. Ooh, the person that answers this question correctly, I think they're gonna be my like new favorite member. You know? Yeah. Come on, focus. Let's go. Right. So pre-market breakout price. You guys remember that, right? We talked breakout at the on open, right? Yeah, same thing, right? So again, you guys remember this, right? So we we keep talking about how like you have to understand what's driving retail, right? What do you think is driving retail, right? FOMO, 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 FOMO. People love to get excited, right? So if we have 10 names, think about it. If we have 10 different stocks, which we did this morning, right? And everybody's like, do, what are we gonna buy? What are we gonna buy? What are we gonna buy? Guess what they're gonna buy? The one that's breaking out, right? If we look at CARM, CARM is not doing anything, right? It's not breaking out. We look at SKNN, it's not breaking out. We look at Triple U is not breaking out. We look at all these other names. Guess where people are gonna go? Guess, right? The one that's breaking above resistance, right? So remember that when you're watching pre-market stocks, like at the open, look for that breakout, right? Look for the breakout. Look, and this is stuff we don't know, right? We have a whole bunch of names. We don't know what's going to break out though, right? But people are going to look at this and say, oh, you're breaking out. Let me join you, right? Does that make sense? Does that make sense, guys? Yeah. So HWN is still testing that resistance at like 270. Justin. Dustin, good scalp on this one though. By the way, really good scalp. Really, 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 really good scalp. That's a very, very good scalp. A very, very, very good scalpy. I like it. I like it a lot. It's a spy coming back down, kind of a retest, huh? Then maybe a P good though. Good, good, good. Yeah, good, perfect. So maybe like sometimes it's very confusing, right? Like how do we know which stock to pick, right? Like how do we know? How do we know? Maybe that helps a little bit, right? Like so triple U still looks good. Like triple U looks very good. It looks good because you have a solid demand zone at the bottom and it keeps testing and holding, right? The only downside to this stock is that damn resistance up there, right? That 605-ish. So it's cool that we keep testing the bottom and holding, but we do need to break out. Alrighty? We do need to break out of that resistance level there. But that's a pretty big range though, like 550 to $6. That's a few scalpies. That's a few scalpies. Like you can tell, like it really wants to break out. Will it break out though? And then NUKK is obviously hit some resistance, right? Sitting in a supply zone for now, installing. Right. So let's see if they can actually close candles above $6.80. Alrighty. But it's obviously losing a little bit of momentum, and for some reason, Triple U can't seem to break out. Like we get close to 605, and then they're like, nope, 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 sell, 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 sell. Right. And all these other names are still looking super sussy. HWH, we mentioned that 270 resistance. Surprise, surprise, it's failing at that level, right? So, and NUKK, $6.80, right? That's your resistance for now. Cool, cool. So now we need something else to do boom skis. Yeah, let me pull up the other one. Yeah, there it is. So it's right here, right? So now you notice that the next one that's looking good is the new one that's breaking above the resistance, LAWR. You Oh, let's go, Jameson. 900%. Oh my days. Oh my days. Oh my days. Well done. Straight. Let's go. Well done. Yeah. Puts September, October, August. They're bound to pay. Yeah, CWD with a nice little pop there. CWD is actually halted up, guys. CWD is halted up. SSKN is testing the 200 EMA. Let's see if it holds. But yeah, CWD is halted up. You guys see how quickly people fall into these names when they break out? Salat, you look at that, right? So nothing too crazy. Like it's up 15%, right? It's not a crazy pump up, but holding up quite well there. So we'll see what happens with the on halt in this one here. So again, look at the candles, right? So look at the candles, right? Not the candles. Look at the diamonds. We talked about these diamonds in the class on yesterday, right? I keep forgetting that we did a class yesterday, right? So we talked about these diamonds, right? You guys remember what the diamonds mean? Somebody help me out in the chat. What did those diamonds mean? And you see the diamonds underneath the candles. Virus is gonna say something stupid. uh, there you go. Josh, good morning, chefs. What are you cooking today? All of the cookings, Josh. All of the cookings. Tam, buyers are buying. James, buyers are buying. Tony, buyers are buying. Yeah, all the Tonys. Absorption Jill. Yeah. Diamond hands. Yes. So there you go, right? So again, when you see those diamonds, it's usually because there's a supply zone, there's resistance, but the buyers are stronger than the sellers, right? So Lion, you're a little bit delayed. Make sure you're not delayed. Yeah, make sure you're not delayed. LAWR was cooking, but then it hit 360 supply and then retested. So Yeah, and then NUKK is still playing in that supply range. In the supply range, ASNS is doing a really good job of holding around like that demand zone at the bottom. So 50 to 49 cents. It just seems to have a hard time though anytime it gets close to 60. Did it lose support? Triple U? Yeah. See, this is what I mean, right? Like, you have something that looks so good, right? But it's missing something. It's missing retail. Paula, good morning. Uh, yeah. It's missing the retail, right? Like, it's one thing if you keep failing at resistance, eventually people say, what the hell are you doing, right? So eventually people get tired of it. So that's the downside to not breaking out is people wanna have fun, right? People want to FOMO. Girls just want to have fun. In the market, everybody wants to have fun. So if you're not breaking out and other things are, you're going to end up losing it. Yeah, LAWR. So again, approaching that 360 supply zone. So let's see if we can break above this time, Lion. See if we can get a breakout this time. And then again, NUKK. So 680. This is not the yes, Shima. You want to make monies and you want to have fun. Yeah, I see you having fun. And having fun doesn't mean messing around, right? Having fun could mean coming up with an amazing strategy and working hard in it and having it, working out perfectly, right? So, why you don't like him? So everything seems to be kind of sitting at resistance. HWH is retesting that resistance. Justin, are you still in this one? So 270 resistance, right below the VWAP there. So you're going to need to break out. And then obviously CWD is halted, right? SSKN is holding the 200 EMA for now. I bet you CM is in this one. So it's trying, right? Obviously, this one was really good in pre-market. So we'll see if it can stay above that 200 EMA and then, pop. But my luck is the open is awful, you've seen Hassan. Um, Trying to pick stocks at the open, like picking stocks in pre-market and coming into the open can be really hard, right? Can be really, really hard. So I don't think it has anything to do with luck more than, yeah, sometimes maybe just don't push it, right? So if you're not having fun at the open, like if you're usually picking the wrong stock at the open, maybe give it a few minutes, right? Wait for the breakouts instead of like trying to pick, okay, I think this one's going to be the one at the open. Let me hold it, right? um because I think for the most part, like if I asked everybody in the chat, like, hey, which stock do you think is gonna boom ski at the open, right? Most people are gonna be wrong, right? Most people are gonna be wrong because NUKK ended up being the cooker, right? Right. Obviously, we were talking about this as well because it was at resistance, but this wasn't at the top of everybody's list, right? Because it just kept stalling at the resistance. But if it does break out, boom skis, right? So looking really good there. That thing made brand new highs, but not really closing above the resistance yet, right? So we need to break and close. Alrighty. So for now, that's a bit of a double top, and CWD still halted, still halted. So this $6.80. Here we go. Brand new highs of the day, guys. 693. Type yes in the chat if you're still holding NUKK. That candle's having such a hard time closing above that 680. But yeah, type yes in the chat if you're still holding NUKK. Yes, yes, yes. Good. Congratulations. Yeah, so just be mindful of this double top here. It's going to need to break out soon. If not, you're going to see some nice red candles. Aaron, nice. It's fighting. Fighting the good fight. LAWR is still looking good, right? You just have that resistance at 360. So we keep going up to 360 and failing. So that's going to be your next breakout zone. And then obviously, again, NUKK, right? We talked about 680, right? So the candles can push above. It doesn't really matter to me, right? It's all about closing above the damn level, right? So, and now we're back to 66 Spurs number. Anyways, there goes 660, right? So That resistance is a problem there. SOGP with a nice little pop there. SPY, ooh, damn. SPY's like, hey guys, hey guys, hey guys. I know I was dipping, I know I was playing some games, but let me cook a little bit. Yeah. So recovering some of those losses. SPY. 1 to 5 minute candles, Sasan. Okay. Someone says first. No. How's ASNS doing? It looks okay to me. New. It looks okay to me. I think the bottom has been holding, right? So 50 cents has been holding. Is the problem is every time we get close to 60 cents, it goes back down, just like now. Look at that, right? So every time we get close to 60 cents, someone's selling, right? So that thing would need to break and close above 60 cents for people to get excited again about this one. Alrighty. And again, LAWR, right? 360 resistance, Dipski. NUKK is still fighting with that 680, right? So, and then HWH says, you know what, guys? You know what? It's my turn to break out. It's my turn to break out. So, nice little break above 270 there. So, your next resistance is $2.90. Yeah, that thing said resistance. Where? I think this was a pre market level, maybe. Anyways, maybe that's one of those lines we moved around. I'm going to move that line because I'm not quite sure where that line's coming from. Put it at $3 for now. 750-ish a line. Yeah, it's fighting though. Like NUKK keeps going up to 680 and then back down, right? So it really needs to close those candles above and then boom skis. Yeah, you're all out now. Yeah, that's a really nice pop there on that thing. It's a really nice pop. Here comes $3, Justin. Yeah, mornings like this are good because you have opportunities to scalp all over the place. Like the plays all over the place. To scalpy, right? As long as they're not breaking down, and as long as you're adaptable, right? You're not holding bags if something isn't working. Most of the stocks that are breaking out, they're having nice little runs after, so that's a really good thing. So yeah, $3 just for psychological resistance level for HWH 96 CM. Good scalp, very very good scalp. NUKK is still fighting here, so it looks like maybe this time, maybe not yet. It's fighting. Oh, NUKK. Is it time? Why do we get the vibes? We're about to make brand new highs on this one. Why do we get the vibes? There we go. Brand new highs of the day. NUKK. Yup. Here comes $7. NUKK was giving those vibes, the vibes. You can feel the vibes. It's like $7 is coming. Yes. CWD is on halted as well, guys, and it's cooking there. Right. So again, nothing crazy. 15 to 22%, but nice push. So and then I almost need to zoom out and look at the daily because I'm not sure how strong $7 is for NUKK as a wall. But nice push though, right? So let's see if we can clear $7 then. So $3 is acting as a bit of an obstacle. This is why we always pay attention to these round numbers, right? Because sometimes people just like selling at these numbers, not because they're resistance, but just because like, okay, I bought at $2, so why not sell at $3, $2.99, right? So, anyways, moving on. NUKK has definitely been the one though. That thing said, I'm the captain today. It's only up 45%, like it's nothing crazy, but it's obviously performed really well. So that is good. That is very, very good. Yeah. No, Spice had a nice little comeback. A nice little comeback. The question though is, as the NUKK retraces back to 680, right? So a potential retest there. So from 711 back to 680. So let's see if we can stay above that 680 level. You want to short it so bad? See, that's usually the problem, right? Like you want to short it and that thing just keeps climbing and then you blow the account, right? So yeah, I would only short that thing if you see a like a clear, stall level or double top or something like that. Other than that, be careful. HWH guys just broke above $3. That thing said, okay, show me the next supply zone, please. Yup, yup, yup. There goes the next supply zone. Yeah, ASNS again. When you look around and all these other names are flying and this name is just sitting like that, people are gonna move on, right? So people are gonna move on. CIFR Wainwright Performance Computing. No, 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 no. Okay. Yeah. Anytime I see Wainwright, I'm like, eh, eh. Not a huge fan. So the top two stocks for now are clearly NUKK and HWH, right? Why? Because they've broken key resistance levels, right? Yep. Broken resistance levels. Yeah, look at this, right? Triple U look nice, but obviously not, right? So super weak. CARM has done absolutely nothing, right? Like these were top two names coming into the open, and now they look like garbage, right? Looking for potential curl. Winterfell, yeah, trying to above 45 cents, right? So this is why again it's really important that like sometimes if you're not sure about the open, don't just pick a name in pre-market and say, but please, I thought it was gonna cook, right? Yeah, please, pretty please. Do. Are you playing with the PA or is that an eval, Justin? Keegan, Nicholas. You have two first names. What's your question for SOGP? Open seems to like move every day. You could almost scalp open every day, Velvet. You could almost scalp that thing every day. 320. Yeah, SSKN is on the left hand side. We looked at this last time. It's done a good job, right? SSKN holding the 200 EMA, and it's really fighting here, Kel, right? So 380, 385 is your next little wall there, but it's really fighting to come back. What I like though is I like that test of the 200 EMA and the bounce back, right? So I think again, like I said, the only issue for me with this name is just that stupid supply zone. Alrighty, so some of these names will obviously come back, right? Like one of these three, SSKN, CARM, or Triple U, one of these names will come back and cook, right? One of them will come back and cook at some point. For now, though, everybody just moved on to the names that were actually cooking at the open, right? So yeah, yeah. NUKK loves this little 680 like level. It's like a magnet. It's like a magnet. Andy, did you get into CIFR? Because that thing is pushing for brand new highs there. Again, not a fan of HT Wainwright, right? But the stock is slowly creeping up, right? Yeah. So 14%. Nothing crazy because it's not a it's not one of those like micro penny stocks, a dollar stock, a $2 stock, right? It's a bit more expensive, so it tends to be slower. But yeah, hopefully it keeps going up for you though. Cool. So Anyway, your supply zone up there, right? So your supply zone, the golden, the golden candle, right? So you know that level is going to be a bit of an obstacle. And you know CM is scalping at that level and taking some gains, so you might as well take some gains too. There we go. VSME. That's a very good scalp work. That's a very good scalp. You got in at 260, 260 to 310, 311. Yup. Good scalp. Well done. Well done. Yeah, calm needs to reclaim that kernel there. And then we're making brand new lows and triple U, right? So yeah. You made some gains. Good, Andy. Good, good, good. Q triple M. That thing seems to pop like every day. Every day. Every day I'm shuffling. Anyways, NUKK is back to testing $7. Yeah, I want to zoom out and look at the daily really quickly. Yeah, I don't. There's not a reason why it's failing at $7 other than the fact that it's a round number. Because when you look at the daily, there's really nothing there, right? So this is why resistance, sometimes you have to look at it from like multiple points of view, you know, like, okay, what's actually resistance and what's the chart showing you, right? Because you can never be blinded by, oh, I don't see resistance till $10. The stock is at $2. I don't see resistance till $10. But when I look at the 1 minute time frame, we're filling at 250, right? So you never want to ignore stuff like that. But anyways, so let's see if we can clear $7 here for NUKK. Going once, going twice, and reject it for now. And you know what's not getting rejected though, guys? HWH. That thing's like, nope, no rejection for me. I'm just gonna keep pushing it, pushing it. That's a really nice pop, actually. It's a very nice pop. It's a very nice pop. So again, these have been the two top stocks though, right? So HWH and NUKK. NUKK just seems to be having a hard time at $7, like a really hard time at the $7. A very, very hard time. But HWH says, nope, I don't know what hard times are. I'm just going to keep flying. Here we go, 370. Oof, 375. That's a really nice push. That thing said more. I'll give you more. I'll give you more. It goes 380. Type yes in the chat if you're still holding a HWH. Type yes in the chat if you're still holding HWH. You are all the levels, Caitlin. That's annoying. CM, yes. Joseph, yes. Good job, guys. Move those stop losses up, right? Yeah. Flamingo, yeah. Sam, yes. Good job. So you're approaching the biggest supply zone we've seen so far in this thing. So make sure you move those stop losses up already. Because people tend to just sell at levels like this. Good job, Shima. Ivana, good job. Koma. Koma's cooking it. That thing said supply zone. Catch me outside. How about that? So again, move the stop losses up, right? Like you never have to sell a position because you never know what's going to happen. But you should definitely be moving those stop losses up just in case. There we go. That thing is halted up at 409. Halted at 409. So everybody's stuck now. You're stuck. Shima says I'm out. I'm out with Runas. Well done. Congratulations. That's 184%. Well done. So again, HWH is halted up. Z halt up. Beautiful. 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 So yeah, let's see what happens on the on halt. Okay. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Do, 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 do. And then and that NUKK just for some reason couldn't break out, right? Like that thing just could not break out. It just can't seem to do it. So that $7 level is going to be very, 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 very important for the stock. Very, very, very important at some point. Oh. Okay. Yep, exactly. So again, let's see what happens with the on halt. SSKN is still just holding that 200 for now. CARM has just done nothing, right? Nothing that's overly appealing. There is a little bit of a double bottom for triple U, yeah, right. So I'm gonna move this line a little bit lower now. Alrighty. Your next resistance is gonna be right between that VWAP and the 50 EMA there, just because that was a breakdown level, right? So, but yeah, nice little double bottom there for triple U. Nice little bottoms there. It goes 555. Where's virus? Okay. You just bought it? Okay. Well, it's looking good for now, so stay green. Alrighty. So nice little bottom. Nice little pop. You need to close some of those candles above 555. Alrighty. And then SOGP is looking good. Like nothing too crazy, but it is looking good. Let me pull it up. SOGP. This one was fun last week. Like a lot of fun. And the levels are still actually working quite nicely. This is why we leave the levels on here sometimes. Look at the bottom line, look at the middle line, look at the top line, right? So yeah, nice retest of that breakout at $14 and a pop to almost 18. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Yeah. So triple U again, you're gonna have resistance, like I said, right? So 555, like right in this area, that's gonna be a problem, right? Because you have the VWAP and the 50 right there. Also, this was the last like level of consolidation before the drop down. So this level is gonna be a problem. Alrighty. So if you're holding triple U, 555 is a problem as we wait for HWH to be unhalted. And there goes the unhalt, guys. So pushing into that supply zone again. Make sure you're moving your stop losses higher, guys. This looks really, really good. you don't want it to hold down, right? So there goes $4.40. There you go. uh, there you go. Yesterday, Shima, yesterday, beautiful, beautiful. Yesterday, 200% HWH. If you're not a member yet and you want to join us in Discord, click the link at the bottom of the chat. Alrighty? Click the link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbots. Become a legend member or above and come join us. Cool. You sold a bid at 415. Good scalp. Yeah. Uh, CM likes to scale out of positions, which is nice. Which is nice. There goes 550 test. 450. 550? Can you imagine if we just ran to 550 now? Right? That thing is cooking. Woo, that thing said resistance. Yeah, you said 550, so let's go to 550. Yeah, just again, keep moving those stop losses higher or just scale out on the way up. Alrighty? Move the stop losses higher or scale out on the way up like CM. Let's see. So higher $4.70 for now. Made back my loss I had today. So didn't make a lot of monies, but it's progress, Hassan. Yeah, as long as you're learning from like the mistakes, and you're making the money back, like you're making huge progress, right? So make sure you're learning from the mistakes, right? So you're not losing the same amount of money again. So maybe have tighter stop losses, right? Maybe have tighter stop losses. Mm. And then is NUKK done? Not necessarily, right? We're well above the 200 EMA, and especially above the VWAP and the 50. So the answer is not yes, right? Like this thing had a really good run and then stalled at $7. So let's see if we can find support somewhere else, and it's still pretty early in the day, right? You learn the most from red days. Go over a recap. Start recording your trades. Yep, exactly. Random. Koma says in at $3, out at 450. Made my goal. Forget my daily goal. I just reached my weekly goal. Let's go. Look at that, guys. Forget the week. Forget the daily goal, guys. Koma made the weekly goal in one trade. Woof. Work. Look at work. Right. 377 to 440. Beautiful. Monies. Yeah, four, and you're leaving it. There it goes. Yeah, sometimes honestly, when you're not sure what to do, just put the stop loss. Then if it hits, it hits, right? Because you sometimes you just don't know. Um, yeah. So Velvet, congratulations, because you're pushing back for 460 here. And if you feel like moving the stop loss higher as it goes higher, then you should do that. Yeah, 430. So you're guaranteed $573 in gains at 430. Congratulations, and that stop loss just hit, right? So but I think you did really, really good. Chris, is CWD done? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Uh, watch $3.40 then. Watch 350 because that's a retest, right? That's your pre-market high retest. So like this level right here, that's basically what we're retesting now, right? So 350 to 340. That's what I'd be watching. Again, to me, stocks are not done unless they're below the 200. So when you guys ask like, hey, is this stock done? If it's above the 200 EMA, it is not done. Alrighty. There goes a SOGP. That thing is flying there. Flying. Foo, I mean, what a cooking morning, guys. What a cooking morning. Like everything just wants to cook today. $1,000, guys, for a mean in profits in HWH. Give me a high five. Well done. To Yeah, daily goal is $500. Weekly goal is $2,500. You sold for $3,600. Smashed weekly goal. Well done. And if you've done that, Coma, maybe then you reduce the amount of shares you play with now for the rest of the week. You have tighter stop losses, right? Because you've met the weekly goal. You've smashed the weekly goal, right? So now don't do anything too crazy, right? Well done. Lowell, look at that, $2,000, guys. My goodness. Everybody just cooked. Everybody said, let me cook, please. Let me cook. Just let me cook. Please and thank you. Just let me cook. Love it. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. There you go, virus, right? Cut the position sizing, right? Cut the position sizing and then and yeah, have tighter stop losses. Yeah. And then you're guaranteed to have an amazing week, right? Think about it, right? You made your daily goal in one day on a 4-day week, right? In one day. So well done. SUGP. So the closer you get to $20 here, the more selling you're gonna have, right? So the current high is $19.80, right? So pretty dang close. Um, Pretty dang close to that $20 level, right? When you don't have kids screaming at you, Caitlin, your kids are screaming at you. Why? Tell them if they keep screaming, you're gonna teach them how to trade, so that they can deal with the violence. Yeah, for some reason, again, Triple U just hasn't broken out yet, right? So it's really going to need to break above that little resistance there. And then there goes a slap for HWH, right? So I think we all know that it's coming, right? When you run like this, like look at that, right? When you run like this, there's a slap coming at some point. So especially when it's starting to stall like that and it's creating a supply zone, yeah, 550, 450 was a pretty nice spot. And then so again, you're either scaling out or you're moving your stop loss up, right? So congratulations, everybody. And when you're seeing the entire chat sell, right? I'm up $3,600, $2,000, $500, right? Um, maybe they're selling for a reason. You know, maybe they are selling for a reason. NUKK is consolidating still. Not really doing much now. And then Triple U says, "Hey guys, you know what? Since the other names are kind of slacking, let me try my turn. Let me try." Triple U says, "You know what? Since the other names are kind of chilling for now, how about like I go for a stroll? How about I go for a stroll?" And Triple U is halted up, by the way. Halted up. Mm-mm. Two. Yeah. Triple U. You're in triple U, Caitlin. There you go. There you go. KT 527. Good job. Yeah, so you can see that little demand zone, right? And you can finally see the EMA crossover, right? We talked about this in the class as well. So, yeah, I mean, so this is that $6 level we were struggling with a lot earlier. So let's see if we can stay above. That's actually not, that was actually quite nice. The consolidation. So let's see if we can on hold and stay above $6. Yeah. Uh, because I can't hear. The class, uh, yeah, the class was recorded. Yes, yes. Good job, Rory. Yeah, good job. Open seems to give a chance like every day. NUKK is really trying to curl here, so that's good too, right? HWH retested the that range between the 9 and the kernel, and it's trying to curl back up some. But we need brand new breakouts here though for another run. We need breakouts for another run. We need the breakout. Yeah. IPDN with a bit of a pop there. A bit of a pop. Yeah, Chris, you can see how CWD is still holding that 350, right? Like nothing crazy, but it's holding it. SSKN, just not a whole lot of volume coming through on that thing. Not a whole lot of volume. HOTH. HOTH. Oh, that's cool. They have a triple U GIF, Shima. That's cool. That's the right GIF too, because that thing was looking a bit sussy, and then said nope. LASE. Choo, choo, choo. Okay. Don't love how NUKK is stalling. Yeah, I mean it again. This is a bit different though, right? It's tried to come back from the bottom rather than when it's stalling at the top, right? So it's different, right? So consolidation versus distribution stalling, right? So this looks better than it did at $7, right? So it did a really good job holding 630 and then 660 now. Yeah, SPY is trying. Let's see what it does though. Let's see what it does. Coma, I know, right? Yes. There goes so triple U is on halted, guys. Right? That thing said, excuse me, I'm back. Excuse me, I'm back. There we go. So that next resistance was all the way up there, right? To $6.50. So Eros. Mm, okay, there we go. How's SPY doing, George? What's your position in SPY? Let me know. Yep. Yeah, George, what's your position in SPY? It usually helps, like when I know the position, because then I know. Are you still holding that same position from 363.44 ish, 644? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, 643. Okay. Yeah. Um, SPY is always a bit tricky, like when we get to months like these ones, it's always a bit difficult, right? Um, like look at this calendar, right? So you can kind of see like August starts to look a little bit fishy, September looks a bit fishy, October looks fishy, and then we start pumping, right? So sometimes you just have to ride the wave, right? This is it's like the March April versus August September October, right? So these are some of the most annoying times in the market, right? And then if you can get through those, then happy days. Again, NUKK looks good to me, right? Like I said, so it's done a good job holding. It looked better at the bottom here at 630, right? So now you're testing your next resistance, which is still 680. So when people keep saying like, is NUKK done? Is this one done? You can't really do that yet, right? Can't really do that yet unless we have consistent data of it not performing. Do you think it will be that record within the year? What do you mean? Like we're gonna make a new record high? Probably. Probably, unless Trump announces more tariffs today, at 2 p.m. Eastern, then more violence. SOGP guys is retesting that $20 level, right? So that's gonna be a next resistance, right? There are a lot of really good names today. My goodness. And then Triple U is retesting, right? So retesting the same stupid level, but nice pop from the bottom. Resistance again. Take the gains. Take the gains. Take the gains. SUGP looks like it wants to destroy that level. And then NUKK. Did anybody buy the dip for NUKK? Anybody? Because we're going back for $7, guys. Did anybody catch the bottoms on this one? That thing said, yeah, I want to break out. Good job, Amy. Good job, Kyle. SOGP just exploded to $21. That thing said, excuse me, Mr. $20. Excuse me. Let me go boom skis, please. Excuse me, Mr. $20. SPY is actually doing a good job holding like the bottom of the range, huh? It does need to break out again though, SPY. Yeah. See what I mean, right, Shima? Right? Fun doesn't mean like messing around, right? Fun simply sometimes means like, like everything's working out nicely. There are lots of opportunities. SOGP's halted up, right? Easy to read the charts, gains, right? So that's what it should mean for the most part. Yeah. Yeah, SOGP is halted at 2149. 2149. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. There we go. And you can tell NUKK really wants to break out, that doesn't it? Like it really wants to break $7. And here we go, 707, 710, 716, high of 718. So we just made brand new highs for NUKK. Beautiful. Beautiful. So obviously we still need to close that candle above, right? We still need to close the candle above, but that's clearly done very, very well. Triple U with a bit of a dip and then back above $6, so that's good, right? We said earlier, like one of these names, SSKN, CARM, and Triple U, one of these names will run again later, right? They just had too much vibes in pre-market to just die, right? So at least Triple U is coming back. For some reason, though, look at that, right? NUKK just can't hang at $7. Like it just can't seem to break and close, right? So that's not a breakout, is it? It's not a breakout, right? We talked about breakouts, right? It's not a breakout unless we actually break and we hold, right? So again, the bottom was nice, right? Dip, curl, nice, right? And then 680 was also nice, but again, you still have a triple top at $7 and whatever, right? So not a breakout, not closing above, dip skis. So SOGP still halted up, guys. So we're waiting for that. I was in at 665, had to sell at the dip. What do you mean? Like, did you sell for a loss, Bilal, or did you sell for green? What happened? What happened? What happened? You sold for green? Okay, good, good, good. No, 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 no. Bilal? Yeah, I think that's kind of what we talked about, right? So, yep. Just make the easy decisions, and then whatever happens after that, meh, right? Make the decisions that make sense, like triple tops, right? Yeah. Eventually, that thing will probably retest $7 again, but yeah. Sometimes when you notice that it's just failing there, you just have to make that decision. But again, this thing keeps going back up there, though, so. And then SOGP. Anybody holding SOGP in the chat? Anybody holding SOGP? SOGP. Triple U is looking really good though. So brand new highs for Triple U here. There goes 670. So cooking. There we go. 670. Nice pumper. Yup. That was actually a really nice bottom there, right? Consolidating down there, that was actually quite nice. 680. And then SOGP is unhalted, so high of $23 for now. 23.08 if we want to be specific. Good from $11, Nicholas. Whew. You've been adding along the way. Beautiful. Beautiful. Very brave. Yeah, good job. So now it's time for you to sell on the to scale out on the way up if you are scaling in on the way in, right? So real quick, 650, of course. Of course. Let me call call Trump. Again, look at NUKK, right? That thing is trying to push back again for $7. So it's done that quite a few times. You just have too much resistance at $7. So it's gonna need to prove itself. Alrighty, and then Triple U just pushed for $7. They're beautiful. Beautiful. Shish. Beautiful. Hmm. Here comes $7. 6.99, and there it is. Triple U. Here we go. Here we go. Finally, 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 huh? Here we go. For those of you guys that are unaware, Triple U is somewhat of a sympathy play to SOGP, right? They're both dividends. If you look at the news for Triple U, they're giving out $1 dividend, right? So Triple U is kind of a, people look at like SOGP and they're like, dang, this thing went from like, $1 to $20, $23. Maybe Triple U can do the same thing with that one, not that it ran from $1, but you get the idea, right? So, but again, pay yourself on the way up. Alrighty, pay yourself on the way up. BTI. Yeah, so maybe just a retest of 650 here for Triple U. Yeah, exactly, Virus. Exactly. SOGP is falling off. Yeah, that was a that was a pretty good push though, right? $23. So Keegan, that's why I keep saying, if you scaled in on the way down, scale out on the way up, right? Mohammed, that's a very good scalp. Congratulations, by the way. Yeah, 590 to 680. That's a really, really good scalp. Yeah. So again, you scale in, you scale out, right? Don't just sit there and wait for the moon. Alrighty. Don't wait for the moon. HWH, nice little retest, right? So holding 350 for now. So as long as that thing stays above 350, that might be a really good spot there. Um, like for support, right? So it looks like it's pushing back up again, which is good. Oh, you sold all 28, 2280. Good job. Look at that. Are you happy you sold that thing? Yeah, look at that, right? Because now you're in the 19s. So well done. Speedy says, as soon as you posted you in Discord, it was a big go. Let's go, Speedy. Let's go. Yeah, you look really good at the bottom, right? You could see that thing consolidating there, and then as soon as it broke out, it was gone skis. Yeah, Amir, you sold at 21. Give me a high five. My goodness, guys. If you're green for the day, type yes in the chat. Joe's been, I don't know, Joe's been super, super busy. 2080? Okay. Still made nice gains, though, Keegan, right? So congratulations. Yeah, if you're green for the day, type yes in the chat. Yes, 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 yes. Love it. Congratulations, everybody. Yeah, good job, guys. George, I'll put it up so I don't forget. Good job. Yeah, Yesenia. Good job. Speedy, good job. Green, Nicholas. Voila, good job. I like it. Yup. CM Andy, let's go. Let's go. I'll take a look at that. What do I think of zone? You're in at 269. I'll take a look at zone. Let's go. Well done, guys. Well done. Well done. Love it. LAWR is curling back up to retest the that 360 again. So this is looking better. Looking better. Let me take a look at HOTH. George is in at $1.40, so you're basically break even for now, George. I'm wondering why you bought this thing at this price, because now you almost need a prayer, right? CC, let's go. How come all the gold members are cooking, guys? What is this? Why are all the gold members cooking? Huh? Hmm. Hmm. So your entry is clearly at resistance here, George. You're sitting at even for now. I almost would be tempted to close this position at even, honestly, and then reevaluate, because I think what happens is you bought early and then you let it drop all the way down to the support, right? So $1.20 would have been so much nicer because it's the actual support, right? So, but you bought that thing in the supply zone instead. Right, so for now, I would be tempted to close that position for even, or just put a stop loss so it doesn't drop back to $1.20. Either way, I think you're going to be fine because it's not a massive drop and it doesn't have a big range. So I think you should be fine, right? You just have to make that decision, right? So my thoughts on zone, 269 for KT, 269. So you're green in that position, KT, which is good. Yeah, zone got slapped, right? Like hard. Um, really really hard, right? I think your entry for zone, KT, is nice because you're green, right? And it's been consolidating, so I would put a stop loss at break even or slightly higher, right? For now, if you're not in zone, what I would be waiting for is I would be waiting for a breakout. You notice how zone has been playing right here? It's in the zone, right? Zone is in the zone, right? We keep going up and down in the zone, up down up down. So if I wasn't in zone, I probably would just wait for a break above $3 or something like that. Alrighty. So if you're in zone, okay, cool. Just keep watching it for now with a stop loss, right? If you're not in zone, I would wait for a breakout. Alrighty. Just again, we're going sideways anyways, right? It's gonna need to break out of that zone if it wants to go boom skis. Cool. Yeah. Did they slap nuke? Yeah, this is why you sell at resistance sometimes, isn't it? Right? Like, again, if you notice that we just keep failing, like, yeah, we wanted to break out, but honestly, listen to the charts, right? Listen to the charts, hear them sing, and what? And thrust. Okay, and LAWR just keeps failing at that same stupid resistance. So 360 resistance. You're welcome, KT. So yeah, put a stop loss at even or even or higher. Alrighty, and then hopefully it gives you a breakout. And then nuke, yeah, nuke. They said nuke. Hey yo, we're gonna nuke you. Maybe with a name like this, you always know it's just a matter of time before someone gets nuked, right? But honestly, to me, there's no way on earth, like no way on earth anybody should be red on the stock. If you're red on the stock, you're probably just greedy, alrighty? Because you can see the resistance, and you don't have to sell it, but at the very least, you should put a stop loss because you know it's damn resistance, right? And then they slap it to the 200 EMA. So let's see if it stays above the 200 EMA. And then SOGP is still below $20 here. So good job on the sell, everybody. Triple U with a retest. And then all the other names are just kind of there goes HWH, right? So nice little pop there. That level of the 50 there, that was actually quite nice. So something sells off, something else pops, right? It's because the volume always goes somewhere else. As soon as one is crashing, people are looking for something else. Amir, is it falling? I want to say I need, I don't know if that's, yeah, that question is a weird question, right? Like, is it falling? Um, what do you mean? Candles are going down. Nicholas, yeah, yes. There goes a 420 supply. Yeah, $6. Yeah, a $6 retest. Yes, like 65.90. But yeah, for now, for Nuke, watch that 200 EMA. And then it was slowly getting to that 50 EMA here, Amir, right? Slowly on Triple U. Uh, Kiara says, any idea why I got this message? Round trip trades, 2 out of 4. If you execute 2 additional round trip trips with yeah, PDT. Yeah, it's a. I think it was Stallion probably because he sent like a $200 super chat, Tony. uh, yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Triple U says hello. Here I am. No consolidation yet, though. Right. So if that level doesn't hold, then you're looking for closer to 560. Yeah. Alrighty. So again, consolidation is important. Very important. Very important. Yeah. Yeah, I'll look. I'll go back and look. I just didn't have time this weekend, like just doing a whole bunch of stuff. Thank you, Koma. Yeah, Stallion, how's your morning? Yeah, I need to look at those numbers, um, or spikes. One of the two. Can open break 5 today look strong? The open. Zone actually looks like it wants to break out, doesn't it? Right. So yeah, that's what I mean, right? Like if you're in a position already for zone, like you're fine. Just put a stop loss, right? And then hope we break out of the zone, right? But if you're not, we're already at the top of the range, and it needs to break out. Champions League. I think they're playing qualifiers now. Usually, it's like I have no idea actually, Shima. No idea. We're gonna have to Google it. Yeah. And then HWH is still creeping up, right? Which is nice. 19th of September. Oh, okay, okay, okay. September 19. We are the champions. The champions. Bilal, which team do you support? Why do I feel like you support a like useless team like Barcelona or something like that? There goes HWH, guys. Beautiful. Look at that. Look at that pop. HWH says, I'm back, guys. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Where are the goat members in the chat? The goat members, do you see the entry on this? Goat members, Bilal, you're useless. Ah, Manchester, yeah, I mean, you need to clarify, Patrick, because both Manchester teams kind of suck right now. Yeah. Manchester for the win. Uh huh. Which one? One's okay and one is really trash. Yeah. So brand new highs here, by the way, guys, for HWH. So this looks amazing. Amazing. Were you added, CM? Yes. Here comes $5. You guys won $5 for open? Well, HWH says, I'm the one. I'm the one. I'm the one. I want to go to $5. Stop talking about open to $5. There we go. Where I added. Today has been a nice day, like just for opportunities. This was a really nice pop. Pomp, dipski, boomskis. So let's see if those candles can hold about $5 there, and then look for something else. Patrick, really? Manchester United, you couldn't find a better team to support? Of all the teams in the whole world, Manchester United is the one you wanted to go with? You like pain? Unbelievable. Manchester United is like supporting Spurs. You know? You always know the pain. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Ah. Ah. Well done, JC. 420 is early. You sold out early. Mm. Yeah, but you made gains though, right? So just focus on that. Alrighty. 423. Like you were waiting for a bit of a dipski there, maybe. Yeah. Was once successful. Dang, Fireblade. Dang, shots fired. At least Spurs won the Europa Cup. Dang. Ah, from behind, yeah. From a hitter. Ah, ooh wee. Yeah, no, that's a really nice pop. And look at Zone, guys. Zone is slowly coming back, right? Zone's like, hey guys, I'm trying. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. So that entry below $3 looks really nice right now, doesn't it? Mohammed, give me a high five. Shiva, I do not think so. You know what? Who needs to go? Pep needs to go. He's had enough time. He needs to go. He needs to go. The you know Foden needs to start shining again. Too many good players for Pep to be playing rubbish. CARM is coming back as well. See? Yeah, the spread on Zone is a bit sussy though, right? Uh, so the orders need to fill in. I know Mourinho needs to go to Manchester United. Ah, yeah. There we go. Zone is at 320 now, guys. Nice little skips there, actually. Yeah, nice little skips on Zone. Actually, not bad. Right, so Zone just needed to break above that little spot there. So good job on that entry at 269, right? So stay green. Stay green. Alrighty? Yeah, not bad at all. Yeah. Sometimes when these stocks, die to the abyss like that, you just need to give them time to consolidate, which again, this one did, right? So you either caught it closer to the bottom or you waited for the breakout. And as soon as it broke above three, nice little pop. My only concern for this thing is the spread is still sus. Right? The spread is super sus. Right? Like the ask will be at 327, then the bid will be at 310. So it can really fluctuate. So just be careful. Alrighty, so again, we're holding that 560 for now for triple U, right? Triple U holding this level here between the VWAP and the 200 and the uptrend. So for now, let's hope we can stay above that. So that level is usually very important. Usually very, very important. So back to 615. Yeah, bottom feed up play for sure. From 1999, Patrick. Yeah, I used to be a Manchester United fan. My first ever jersey was a Manchester United jersey. That was a long time ago, though. Um, Triple U Triple U got the zero borrower alert. Patrick, don't laugh. Don't laugh. ah, I was yeah. I was a long time ago. But you want to know when I stopped being a Manchester United fan? When the greatest of all time, CR7, the goat, went to Madrid. Yeah, then I went to Madrid as well. For Spain. You know. Yeah. Zero shares left to borrow, Jason. That was a long time ago, Patrick. Come on now. A long, long time ago. Yeah. It's not on Think or Swim. Fish. You need to switch. You need to switch platforms probably. Right? CR7 Madrid. Ooh. Yeah. CR7 was my first jersey, my only jersey. Right. So when he left, I mean, when he left to go to Madrid, I had to leave too. Moniz, I had to leave. It's like if you're a fan of Messi, right? If you're a fan of Messi and Messi goes somewhere else, you know, especially at that age, like when he's still young, right? The dude is still gonna cook. So yeah. Uh, for stocks, Kyle, the potential of a short squeeze, right? It just means that pay attention to it, is all, right? Just keep watching it because if it's not shortable, right, it might run again. That's the whole idea. It doesn't guarantee anything though. Yeah. Winterfell. That makes sense. Zone is still chilling at 320 there, but yeah, you can still see the bid still. The initial breakout was fun because I think a lot of people were waiting for that breakout above $3. So as soon as it broke $3, it popped right to 327 everywhere. Funky statues of him in yeah, Portugal. Yeah, I want to go, Shima. I want to go. Good morning, Kenneth. Ayo, how are you? Okay, back to HWH. What a cooking morning! Like what a cooking morning, guys. What a way to start the week, right? Uh, what a way to start the week. Sam says, "Come to Canada. We can trade as much as we want." There we go. Yeah, just again, when you get to $5 on HWH, there's a lot of selling pressure, and a lot of selling pressure up there. How often do we stream? Every day of the week, from 9:10 ish a.m. Eastern time. For like 3 to 4 hours usually. So we're usually on, before the market open, like a few minutes, like 10, 20, 30 minutes before the market opens, and then stream for a few hours. But if you join us in Discord, though, Discord is 24/7. Alrighty, 24/7 in Discord, pre-market, after hours, not streaming, but chatting and alerts and news and everything else. So if you want to join us in Discord, click the link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbot. Make sure you sign up for the right level, like Legend, Legend Pro, Goat. Click the link at the bottom. Come join us in Discord. I'll take a look at CARM. Yeah. Don't forget to smash a like as well if you haven't already, guys. Please and thank you. Take a second and smash a like, and hit that subscribe if you're new to the channel. LAWR is still holding that demand zone, right? Like it's you can tell like it's just in a range, right? Up, up, down, up, down, up, down, left, right, right? So up, down, up, down, up, down. Like we just keep going back and forth, right? So until it actually breaks out, it's it's not ready for any more. Not ready for more. Uh, Interesting. Okay. Alrighty, let me take a look at CRM. CARM. Yeah, it looks like it's coming back off 40 cents, which is nice, right? So hopefully 40 cents is the bottom there. Resistance, and you're in at 40, that stop at 41. Your next resistance is 45.50, and then it's 47 cents. So there's a little bit, the reason why you're seeing a little bit of resistance is because you have an SD band there, but you also have like the left hand side like drop down level, right? So, and then the 200 EMA there, right? So those are your next two levels, and then 50 cents. But yeah, for now 45 is going to be a bit of a problem. Yeah. Alrighty. Uh, you did? You took profits? Okay. Sounds good. So yeah, let's see what happens there. Yeah. I mean the bits are looking a little bit better per zone. It needs that volume to break out. Needs the volume to break out. Another retest of $5 here for HWH. Retest, retest, retest. Did you move your? Who asked about zone? Have you moved your stop loss off from 269? Are you still in that same position? Money's everywhere, Sam. Yeah, today's been a good day. Today's been a good day. Unless you're diamond handing, like today's been a good day because every stock has given you a chance. Every stock, right? Let's go, Tony. There you go. Yeah, yeah. I like it. Hey, you played the breakout, right? $3 breakout to 320. Beautiful. So yeah, zone just needs a bit more volume though. Good job. I like that. Uh, mm, come on, zone. You can do it. Where's the volume? HWH is like, hey, I still got the volume. Don't worry about zone. Worry about me, because I'm the captain still. Yeah, you can see that double top. We could almost move this line up, above from like all the way up to 520, right? And then see if we can get candles closing above. There it goes, $5.30, brand new highs. Yeah. Yeah, that's annoying. Uh, what happens if zone? What happens if zone takes over the 200 EMA? That's a long ways away, but it's definitely looking better. Yeah. Yep. Isn't it funny? Like not funny, but isn't it interesting how that works, guys? Yeah. Like when you're scared of losing money, you lose money instead, right? Look at zone go. Zone. Zone is in the zone. Choo, 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 choo. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Zone 340. Anybody in zone? Yeah, these two stocks. HWH is still the main play for now, right? So I think now you're looking at like 550 resistance there for HWH. Anybody else in zone? There we go. You're back in zone at 314. Good job, guys. 290 out at 3. There you go, Rory. Well done. Yeah, good job. See, as soon as so that this is what we said earlier, right? Like if you're not in zone, just wait for the breakout. Simple, right? If you're not in zone, just wait for the breakout. Because as soon as zone broke out of that, like this zone here, zone was like, okay, now I'm in the zone, right? Look at that. That was your breakout. As soon as it broke out of that zone, it was bye-bye time. So that's a pretty easy scalp, right? Nothing too crazy, but pretty easy scalp. So and then a high of 342. Amir, 314. You saw that 320. Not bad, right? Green is green. And I think for a name like this, guys, like you take whatever you take, right? Like it's not a problem at all. Whatever you get out of it, you get out of it, and then you move on or you scalp it again, right? But no concerns. No concerns whatsoever. Here we go, 350. Zone side. Can I be in the zone more? Yeah, you can be in the zone more. Uh, La, 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 la. There we go. 350 test again for zone. Stays. Okay. Yeah, that's a nice little climb. I think before we even think about 370, the 200 EMA like Tony mentioned, right? Tony mentioned this 200 EMA, right? Before we even get there though, this 350, right, is going to be a bit of a level, right? A bit of a level. So 350, and then if we can break above that, then it's 370. So yeah, Orlando, you sold at $3. Dang, Ovi, you could have had a. Uh, uh, perfect. Your stop loss triggered, KT. Good job. Good job. There's nothing wrong with that. That was a really good scalp, by the way. Yeah, that was a very good scalp. Very, very, very good scalp. I like it. SOGP is coming back a little bit, right? And not a little bit. It's coming back nicely, right? So from 1850, so that was a good sell in the 20s. It came all the way down to 18 and then consolidated and then popped again to 22. So SOGP has been nice, right? And then Triple U is holding up really well. So Triple U clearly doesn't look like it's dead yet, right? UUU is not dead yet. There's another stock with like four U's, but I think that is an energy play. A different sector. ASNS is trying to come back a little bit. ASNS trying to come back a little bit. There we go. Yeah. Good job, KT. What's your Discord name, KT? 340. Okay. Yeah, let's see if we can stay above. NBY with a nice little pop as well. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like all the dividend plays, right? So yeah, SOGP, Triple U, NBY, all divvy they're all dividend plays. I am up $500 for the day. I don't know when to stop. Keegan, do you make $500 a day at work? Do you? Do you make $500 a day at work? Right? No? Okay. Yeah. Easy. Yeah. There you go. So Again, paper trade if you need to, if you want to keep going paper trade, or reduce the position sizing, right? And have really tight stop losses. Did I travel to Colorado this weekend? I thought I saw you in the airport. No, I did not, Jeffrey. I did not. Yeah. Now, if I was going to Colorado, Josh would be Josh would know. So Josh lives in Colorado. There are a whole bunch of you guys that live there. So yeah. SOGP is pushing back again for 2250. So that looks good. That looks very, very good. And D, you notice how CARM can CARM can't seem to break above 4550, right? So there's a lot of resistance up there, right? A lot of resistance. Jeffrey, you live in Colorado? Colorado. Yep. La 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 la. Yeah, let's see if the SOGP can break out again. If it does, then maybe some of these other names will pick up. La, la. For a wedding? Oh, okay. Okay. Um, when's the IPO, Fernando? When's that IPO? I was looking at the list, and um the only thing that I saw was supposed to come out on the 4th of this month, right? So um Thursday. Yeah, when's that IPO coming? CRM is looking like it wants to retest that supply zone again, though. Obviously, again, like we know, we have resistance for zone. We have resistance for zone at 350 still, so kind of struggling there. This one though has been a beast, right? Beast HWH. Monster. So that 350 is your next little resistance there. 280% though. It's pretty nice, right? Pretty dang nice. Pretty nice. Do I think it can break 7, Andy? Don't think that's your main focus for now. Your main focus should be holding this level here, right? It needs to stay like around this 360, 370 level and hold. Because if it doesn't, you're gonna drop all the way down to 520-ish. So it's not about the $7, it's more about finding a base and holding that base. Uh Really? Syracuse? Oh. Yeah, I don't think I've ever been there. No, I don't think I've ever been there. If I travel, you're probably gonna see me wearing some Hot Trades merch, and then it's gonna make it easier for you. You're gonna be like, oh yeah, 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 yeah. You're gonna know. Dude, there we. Oof! Look at that thing cook, guys. 590 for HWH. My goodness, everybody, look at that. Again, if you've had a one-on-one, if you've had a one-on-one, this stock is pretty dang easy to scalp. If you're not a gold member, honestly, and you're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know. Honestly, not even kidding. I'm not kidding. Ask the gold members in the chat. They can see it. I'm not kidding. I am not kidding. This is easy money, right? Like this is easy monies. If you're not a gold member and you're still struggling with entries and exits, I don't know what to tell you. Alrighty, because this is the best stock in the market right now, and the entries are pretty dang easy. Ask Bilal. Yeah. Look at this thing just cook. My goodness. There's no resistance on this thing, guys. Just straight boom skis. Just straight boom skis. But 650. Just straight boom skis. Just look for exactly D, exactly. Yep. Exactly. This has been this stock has been nice. Very, very nice. Anybody still holding HWH? Type yes in the chat if you're still holding this. Type yes in the chat if you're still holding this one. We're getting a bit of the golden candle there, right? So let's see if that thing can break above that and stay above it. Alrighty. Beautiful. That thing said resistance. Catch me outside. The candle obviously still needs to close, right? But yeah. Yes. Erica, what? How come? Why is your name gray in the chat, Erica? Why? Can you tell me why? I'm gonna find you. You know that, right? Anyway, Shima, good job. I like it. Work, 560, beautiful. When it opened at 250, that's not the way to look at stocks. You know, I should have bought the stock and I should have stayed in there. No, that's never the way to look at it. Alrighty, looking at stocks like that is just not worth the stress. 620 Cole, love it. Joseph, cooking. You're not wrong, Erica. You're not wrong. You do have a point, and I do appreciate that. So, uh, you're holding 5 shares, Stefan. Okay, yeah, it looks really good. Yeah, D, give me a high five. Well done, daily goal. Good job. Good jobs. And Zone just made brand new highs. That was actually a nice, nasty drop for Zone there. Look at that. And then pop. Looking good. Nailed your stop loss and then hit yeah, Velvet. Yeah. This was actually quite scammy, wasn't it? But again, that resistance at 350 was a problem, right? And then it retested the VWAP and then boom skis. That was scam price action. But what can you do? What can you do? So 650 is a bit of a problem here for, even though we've been above it, for HWH, still a bit of a problem. Yeah. Yep, exactly. Work. You can't really be looking at stocks like, damn, I should have bought this and stayed in all day, right? So you have to keep scalping it. There's opportunities there, right? Like, especially if it's the best performing stock of the day, like you just have to keep looking for opportunities. You sell too soon, oh well. Moving on. Right? Where's the next entry though? Kevin, no, not that I'm aware of. Not to FOMO and be greedy. Made my goal for the day. Stopping our real money trade. Let's go, Prasad. Give me a high five. Let's go. Yeah, yeah. Can you guys you can see like my favorite thing. My favorite thing is Zone looks nice, right? Zone is finally at that 200 EMA now, right? Right. So Zone is finally Zone. Yeah, I'm gonna. There we go. Yeah, you did. I tagged you in Discord and in Stock General because I know you were looking for that 200. Zone's actually halted up, by the way. Yeah, Zone's halted up at 375 now. Type yes in the chat if you're in Zone. Yeah, yeah. 5 to 640 Cole. Give me a high five. Well done. I like it. Love it. Good job, everybody. 2,000 shares, Imad. Shima, Paula, paper trade. Yeah. Do it nice. I like it. I know, Velvet. I know. I know. I know. I know. I know. Stuff like this is pretty scammy. But this has been the problem with Zone is the bid and the ask are so all over the place that stuff like this can happen. Right? Yeah. Mm. Today's your day, Katie. Yeah, I like it. Yeah. Katie's the first person that I saw that mentioned Zone. Right. That's why we looked at it earlier today because it was in that range. Right. But again, the play for Zone was either consolidating at the bottom or the break above the upside, right? And as soon as it broke, oof, bye bye. Except for this little scam right there. Except for that scam. So that's kind of annoying, but sometimes those happen, you know. What are we going to do with Triple U? What's your position in Triple U? Because Triple U came back down to retest support, right? You can see that 570 to 560 level we keep talking about. Look at the left, right? Look at that circle on the left to the right, right? This is the same level. So what's your question, Felix? Are you in a position? Okay, Zone. Can we go to $5 now? I'm kidding, by the way. That entry was easiest at the bottom, and maybe even the 350 breakout, which is what you did, KT. So now let's see if we can on halt and keep pushing. Don't know how well Zone is gonna do just because of the bid and the ask, right? But hopefully it on halts and it goes up. CARM, for some reason, that thing doesn't want to break above 45 cents. So D, congratulations, good job on selling. Alrighty. And then HWH has just been the best stock today, right? Just no competition. Maybe Zone is gonna compete. It's not even close, right? 29.51. Thank you, Winterfell. There we go. Look at this. No competition for this one. This is just a beast. Just a beast all day today. Just an absolute beast. Oof. Yeah. So again, make sure you're scaling out on the way up, right? We're almost pushing for 400%, guys. 400%. 400% on HWH. Yeah, 90 seconds. So a high of $7 from $2.30 to $7. Pretty nice. You got out too soon, Stallion? Dang. Green though, right? As long as you're green, what does a halt mean? A halt means it moved too quickly and it's been halted, like it's not trading for a few minutes and then it's gonna come back, right? So sometimes when stocks move really, really quickly, they get halted. And then so people can take a deep breath in, and then come back. Yeah. And Zone is unhalted. Right. So again, this is my concern with Zone, right? Like it's not like a regular halt. This is a bit different, right? So the halt almost isn't good for Zone because it kind of kills a bit of momentum, you know. But it still looks like it's gonna go back up though, right? So we'll see. As soon as we say that, it's like, are you sure we want to go back up? Right. Again, the easy entry was at the bottom, guys. The easy entry was when we talked about breaking above $3. That was easy, right? So now it needs to break above the 200 and actually stay above the 200, and then maybe it's going to be ready for more. Triple U is looking a bit sussy there, right? So if that level isn't holding at 560, you might be dipping all the way down to 520-ish. So we'll see. We shall see. And then the beast of the day, guys. The beast of the day. The beast of the day. The beast of the day. HWH. Do, 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 do. 725, 726, 730, 740. Oh my days. Oh my days. My goodness. Oh my days. Break even? Okay. Yeah. Zone still looks okay to me, right? Still looks okay. The only problem I've had with this stock the entire time has been like the spread, because then it can go like either way really quickly. That's the only downside. Jay says, my second time tuning in. You made me some money today. I will join your Discord now. Thank you. Let's go, JD. Well done. Love it. Make monies and then join us, right? Love it. Yeah, just make sure you sign up for the right level, Jay. Alrighty. Legend Pro, the gold level. And welcome. Congratulations on making monies. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Yes, do not get the sold out level, please. Yeah, Luna, I agree. I was talking to Shima about Starlink. I need to get a Starlink. You know, like the one where you could travel with, right? You know, the reason I wasn't like I didn't think about it is because I thought you had to install like the dish like on top of the roof or like somewhere that has exposure to the sun, right? Then I'm like, okay, well, if you're really traveling, like are you gonna be installing stuff outside? So that's the reason. But yeah. So then Shima clarified. So I need one. I need one so I can travel and stream with it. If and when I do travel. So I'm not worrying too much about like Wi-Fi and stuff like that. That'd be cool. LAWR finally popped. Oh, of course. Look at that thing on the right hand side, guys. Finally, right? Look at this. LAWR has been going up and down so much. Hot rates on the road. Yeah, I like it. Again, like I think like people just need to become comfortable with um like getting out of positions and getting back in, guys. Like if you sell too soon, that's okay, right? If you sold HWH, like all the way down somewhere, like it's okay to get back in if you see that it gives you the opportunity, right? I think again the problem is most people don't know when to get back in, right? This is where the goats come in, right? So yeah, again, if you're not a goat member, you know what to do, right? Upgrade to goat and try it for a month, and that will drastically improve your trading. In terms of like getting in and out multiple times. So if you're scalping all the time and you're not sure, anyways, la, na, 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 na. Nuke is curling, yeah, off the 200 EMA, right? Not bad, a lot, yeah. So this level right here, right? Previous bottom 200 EMA, trying to. It would be nice if that thing could break above 620. Yeah, yeah, that's another problem too, Shima. Right? So, yup. I think that whole rule is stupid, but what can we do? At some point, they're gonna fix it. It's just a matter of time, right? Here comes the sell-off, right? You can see the stalling at the top of HWH. right? Stalling and then retest. They just launched the pre-IPO. Oh, Robinhood is usually pretty good with like good company like IPOs. I need to look into that one because I haven't looked into that company at all. KKKLAR. I'll take a look, Sniper. When's the IPO supposed to go live? When's the IPO supposed to go live? It looks like the money rotated to this one, right? So this thing finally broke out. Again, you guys realizing like the breakouts are super fun on these stocks, guys, right? Super fun, right? Look at that breakout. Look at that breakout. Look at that resistance. Look at the breakout. So nice push there. So again, next resistance is gonna be at 420-ish, right? So your next resistance is gonna be at 420. You saw that 4? Yeah, nice gains. Zone is pushing for brand new highs of the day, guys. September 10th. Okay, so it's not that far away. So next week. No, I think you'll be okay. Yeah, your next resistance is 420, right? That's your next wall. And then above that, we have a lot more room to the upside. But yeah, for now, 420. But that was a good breakout. Just like zone broke out, right? Just like zone broke out, just like LAWR broke out, right? The breakouts, people seem to get excited for the breakouts. So when you're holding rubbish bags and they're making new lows, just know like you could play better breakouts. If you're not sure how to play breakouts, guys, there's a video in the education section for the Legend Pro members. If you go to Discord in the channel that's called Group Class Request, we there's a class in there for how to play breakouts. Alrighty, let's go, LOL. $672. Beautiful. Less than a day, more than a day's work in less time, right? Good job. Good job. Good jobs. Yeah, so again, 420 resistance on this thing, right? So we're backing off a little bit. Backing off a little bit. IV. IV. IV is now a GOAT member. IV, welcome to GOATs. This is where you start cooking, alrighty? This is where I'm looking for a good analogy. This is where anyways, we'll figure out a good analogy later. But good job, V. Go to the one-on-one channel, and there's going to be a calendar link in the one-on-one channel, and then schedule something. Alrighty. Leave me a message in the one-on-one channel as well, though, just so I know that we need to do a one-on-one. If it's too far in advance, we'll do one sooner than later. Cool. Under the education section, T-Mac, there's a video in the group class request channel. If you scroll up a little bit, you're gonna see the video, how to play breakouts. You have to be a Legend Pro member to watch that video though, so keep that in mind. Alrighty? Keep that in mind. Yeah, that was a nasty drop, right? So people locking in some gains. Not bad. 400% in one day. We'll take it. Let's do it again tomorrow. Yes, see, getting goat is the door to the vault with hard work. Exactly. I like it. I like it. Made my goal for yesterday and today. See it. You see you all again tomorrow. You're a criminal. Work. You're a criminal. You know that? Straight to jail. Give me a high five. Well done. Uh, yeah. There's just some really scammy behavior on Zone, right? Really scammy behavior on it. It again, that's why I've been saying like that's my concern with this stock is the spread. The spread is so sus that like you're gonna keep getting like weird like pops and dips like that. Weird pops and dips like that. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, honestly, again, looking at IV, pretty easy stock to track, and this one's gonna need to be one of those names. Whoever have a one-on-one today, we're gonna be looking at the stock. Yeah, whoever we have a one-on-one with today, alrighty, we're gonna be looking at HWH. Alrighty, it looks like Robo Consulting is trying to push back up again. So 420 resistance. Do you have any thoughts on the IPO FIGR? And I haven't looked at those yet, Carl. I will. I'll take a look at them tonight, and then we can talk about them tomorrow for the pre-IPO. Uh, let me just quickly let me just quickly pull it up on the IPO website. Uh, yeah. Hmm. Uh, yeah. So they're looking for $35 to $37. For now, they are. For now, they are. No, 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 no. I don't like that it's a Swedish company. I always like American companies when it's a large cap. Expected to raise $1.2 million. Plans 34 million shares, $35 to $37. La 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 la. Goldman Sachs, J.P. Morgan, Morgan Stanley underwriters, obviously. 2005. Oh, okay, okay. So buy now, pay later is what they do. Including okay. Other products including debit and okay. Hmm. Revenue la, 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 rose 20% year over year. La, 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 la. La 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 la. Cool. Mm. Hmm. How do we get one-on-ones again, Blaze? Carolyn, you have to upgrade to the Gold membership on YouTube, right? You have to upgrade to the Gold membership on YouTube, and then once you do, you can schedule one. Fireblade. Yeah. See, I'm thinking of something to compare this to, and the first thing that comes to mind, is that other company that just IPO'd. The one where we were like, "This is so stupid." The one where you can borrow money, like you can get your paycheck in advance or something like that. Anybody remember that one? Um, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I feel about that KKLR stock. Not sure how I feel about it. I think though, like getting into the pre-IPO, yeah, yeah, Chime is the one, right? Doesn't that seem similar? Chime and KLR. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. The company is also losing monies. Yeah. Uh, yeah. So buy now, pay later. Stuff like that. I think it's stupid in the first place. I think buying now and paying later. The circumstances, like you really need something right now, and you don't have the money. The money's is coming, or you're just in a hard place and you just need like if you move and you're like, damn, I don't have money for a bed, right? For a mattress or couch, and you're like, you know what, I need something right now, and then I'll figure it out later, right? But most of the time, people just use it to make poor financial decisions, though. uh, yeah, yeah. I think that was Affirm. Affirm is another one. Like this is comparable to Affirm, right? Cancer of a wallet. Seriously, Sam. So like, but this might just be my bias speaking, because I've watched some videos of people making some pretty like poor decisions with like things like that. So like buy now, pay in 10 months. Pay like in 10 months or pay in 6 years, right? Pay $2 at the time. Like okay, like you're just screwing people up when you do stuff like that. But anyways, um, the one thing that stands out to me is the company is still losing monies, even though they made a lot of monies. They're still losing monies. I wonder if that's because they're expanding, right? As a technology company, sometimes you can lose money, but also it's an IPO. I think if you're gonna play with something like this, right, pay as you go. Yeah, I think if you're gonna do something like this, it has to, the pre-IPO, like it will most likely open either close to the pre-IPO or it will open higher, right? So the pre-IPO, I think for now I would just keep waiting and judging like the level of hype on it, right? And then get into the pre-IPO. That's the easiest play, right? So give it a second, see the level of hype, and if that thing has hype, even if it doesn't, the pre-IPO is always the easiest. As long as you're planning on like, if you're planning on selling right away on the IPO day, if you're waiting 30 days, you're playing with fire. Because I don't think this thing is gonna last 30 days. It's not gonna last 30 days. So if you have restrictions and you can't sell like the first day or close to that, you're playing with fire. Then don't touch it. Wait for the IPO day, right? But if you can, then I think it's less risky because you can get in closer to the pre-IPO, right? And then you can always sell on the same day if it's not working, or if it gaps up like $60, like all these IPOs do, then you can close the position. But we'll keep tracking that. I'll take a closer look tonight. Like first look, I'm like, eh. See, this is what I mean, right? Fireblade, like it's just silly, right? If you don't have money for DoorDash, just don't, you know, just don't do it. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Right? Go get some rice and beans or something, and then eat rice and beans every day. At least you can eat it multiple times. Yeah, these are the silly decisions. I think yeah, just don't dash. Don't do it. Ah, ridiculous. And then you see people that have like like the people that like are living paycheck to paycheck, or like have $100,000 in debt, um, like chilling at home or getting DoorDash, and then paying installments. Like just get some rice and beans. Yeah, healthier too, Shima. Yep, I like rice and beans. Who doesn't? Yeah, who doesn't like rice and beans? Right? Zone. So zone failed up there. Triple U is just not doing much. I think yeah, lunchtime, right? NUKK is still holding the bottom, but everything is just kind of dead for now, right? Except for the best stock of the day, right? So, which is a little bit aggressive now. Yeah, just be careful with HWH for now. Those candles are getting a bit scary. Under $100 again. Yeah, today's a bit of an interesting red day in the market. Red day in the market, and somehow BTC is like, you know what, guys, today is my day. I'm gonna come back today. Today I'm gonna come back, fight back. Yeah, BTC with a nice little recovery there. Like, see, like I said, like be careful with HWH now. It's a bit crazy. Those candles, a bit crazy. Mm, hmm. Some red beans and rice for your nephews, KBC. Yeah, yeah, rice and beans. Rice and beans is always looked at as like like the food where you like like poor man's food, poor people food. But rice and beans is nice. Yeah, maybe it's because we maybe it's because I lived in the culture where like it was just a thing, a staple that like I like it now. But anyways, moving on. Uh, yeah, no, the VWAP is still holding. It still looks okay, right? It's holding nicely above the 50. I think the 50 has been like a nice trampoline level for this thing. So as long as we stay above $6, it's still okay. Instant ramen. Yeah, see, I never liked ramen. I've tried it like maybe once, and I was like, don't like it. But that's probably because I had something that wasn't good, maybe. See, like as people like ramen, like I then it's like a cultural thing, right? For some people it's ramen, for some people it's rice and beans. So yeah, for HWH, it's doing a good job holding above the bottom here. So that's a good thing, right? Here goes another retest of $7. LAWR, yeah, it's curling, right? Trying to. So you still need to clear that 420 though. Still need to clear the 420. Uh, Ziba says, Blaze, quick thanks, legend member 1 week, well worth the membership. No more sperm banks for me to pay the rents. Let's go. Well done. Well done. Well done. Um, okay. There we go. I'm waiting for my chat to load here. ID, you signed up for the level that we say don't buy. So welcome to the community, Addy. You just have to go back and upgrade to a level that a legend and above already. So upgrade to a legend and above. I keep wanting to call the stock the lawyer stock, but the lawyer stock. Yeah, that thing needs to break above 420, and it looks like it wants to now. There we go. There we go. So it needs to break and close above them, right? You can do it. You can do it. Yeah, just be ready to sell when it's obviously resistance, right? So yeah, it's playing games there. So 420 is obviously resistance, and like we say all the time, sometimes you take the gains and then you reevaluate, right? So that thing needs 420 if it wants to cook. And you know what's been a beast today? You know what's not going away? You know what's not going away and keeps giving you scalp opportunities? HWH. So 720 is your next obstacle there. Japan. Freshly made master chef in over 10 restaurants, 4 cities. Yeah, yeah. It's I wish I could just delete them, but it's more complicated than just deleting. Um, Eventually, there's a process. So eventually they'll be gone. Eventually, but there's a process though. That's the annoying thing. So again, for now, HWH 720 is your next little obstacle there. Ready? So let's see if we can actually break and hold. Can I please check Triple U? Let me know if it's still a hold. Would it break 630? And Nifa, what's your position in Triple U? What's your entry price? What's your entry price? Can you let me know if it's still a good hold? What's your entry price on this? Let me know. How do you move up a stop loss? Some brokers will let you like just drag it up. For the most part, though, you have to cancel and put in a new one, right? So some brokers will let you change it, like yeah. So what I usually do is you can edit the stop loss, right? So that's what I usually do. So if I have a stop loss and the stock is moving up, I can just go in there and like edit it and then resave it, and then now it gets saved at the new level. Yeah, yeah, cancel or modify, right? So I usually just hit modify and I change it. But some brokers don't let you do that. You have to cancel. Quick fingers. Ah, modify or edit and or cancel. Tourist traps. Yeah. Yeah, Triple U still looks like Triple U. There you go, Floyd. There you go. Right there you go. And Ifa, yeah, let me know what your position is. I still think Triple U. People are still looking at Triple U to have potential like SOGP, right? Because they're kind of the same. But yeah, yeah. Floyd, very good scalp. 53 to 720. Give me a high five. Well done. No greed, right? It's just a double top exit. Well done. Right? It was annoying earlier, but we just had to move on and look for new entries because that thing is giving you multiple entries. Right? So you're in at 550, George? Okay. Yeah, Lawyer is trying to break out above 420 again. And then Triple U is doing a good job of holding that demand zone. So that's good. So here we go again for the Lawyer stock. Yeah, good job, Floyd. Okay. So for now, 720 is clearly a double top. You shouldn't be buying at 720, right? Obviously, right? Obviously. What's Zone doing? Zone has been super slow and steady, right? But at least it's holding up. So if you bought this thing at $3, well, it's at 380. So there's really no need to be panicking there, right? And then 420 is still a problem here for this stupid Lawyer stock. So it needs the boom skis. Nuke, meh. SOGP, meh. Um, yeah. As long as it keeps performing, Tony. As long as it keeps performing. See, Ivy, make sure you go to the one-on-one channel and leave me a message, and also use the calendar link in there and schedule something, okay? And then we will. I wanted to. And yeah, so that double top was clearly a big problem. Okay, with one strong red candle, I know, pretty frustrating. The lawyer stock is finally breaking out here. Yeah. Finally doing the breaks. Finally, that thing said, finally, we closed above. Now we can cook. Now we can cook. Let the monies come in. There goes 460, guys. 470 almost. That's a pretty nice pump. Pretty nice breakout. Break, hold, boom skis. There we go. Yeah, it was a nice breakout. Yeah. Dan, how's the house PA today? How are you? Where can you enter, Sam? Sam, come join us in Discord. Watch for 6:30 to $6 there for support. Alrighty. Yeah, NUKK is consolidated a little bit and then curled. Resistance at 610 NUKK. A little bit of resistance there. Mm-mm. Yeah, so if you want to join us in Discord, guys, click the link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbot and sign up for the legend or above level. Alrighty. So yeah. 603 Anifa. Yeah, stay green though, please. 603 for triple U. So you're right in that position then. Ha ha ha. Yeah. See, my concern is you bought this thing when it was pumping and you just didn't take any gains because we haven't been to 603 for a while now. Yeah, for now, just watch 550 for support because you let it drop to that level already. Yeah, watch that level for support. It needs to stay above like 550 there, 550 to 540. That's your next support. If it can break above 585, then you might just get 603 again, right? 605, your entry price. Alrighty. Okay, back to the law. The law, robot consulting, 134%. How many names are up 100% today? Which is good. A whole bunch. Are they the yeah. This is the IPO stock when they came out and we were looking at the website and we were like, what's going on here? Right? This is these guys use AI. Yeah, for AI for law stuff, right? So for the most part, it's a pump and dump, lock in gains, scalp, right? Don't sit there and pray because you will need a lawyer at if you do that. You will need someone to help you out. Those Yeah, the markets are looking bloody today. Bloody today. Yeah, exactly. Better call Saul. I watched that show, right? See, like when I watch shows, you know, I hate when they drag on, like drag on and on and on and on. I was annoyed at that show for the longest time because, like, how he would get, like, potential breakthroughs and then they wouldn't work. I like when you watch a show, and then, like, they win, and they're actually successful, and, like, yeah, it's like when you watch, like, yeah, like just any show, you want to see, like, the person succeed, But I think I stopped watching at some point. At some point, Breaking Bad. HWH, yeah, still holding that bottom zone, right? So it is like it's trying. That's been the good thing about the stock, though, is like it just doesn't go away, right? It's like there's opportunities for scalpies and scalpies and scalpies. Uh, HWH. You think so? Well, next let's break above 480 Velvet and then cook. And then cook. Is anybody buying any dips today with the markets down? Way to be specific. Yeah. To Ivy. Okay, perfect. I see your message. Okay. I see your schedule. Addy, do you have two different accounts? Because you just signed up again for the first time? Because you just signed up, right? And it doesn't say upgrade. You might have multiple accounts, Addy. Just keep that in mind, alrighty? You bought some dips, NVDA, JC? Okay. You're picking up some NVIDIA? Yeah. Loading up GME ahead of earnings next week? Okay. So Addy, welcome to the community. This is your invite link at the bottom of the chat, alrighty? So click that invite link. Since you signed up for the Gold membership, click that link, follow the steps in the Getting Started channel, watch the video, and then go to the one-on-one channel. There's going to be a calendar link in there. Schedule a one-on-one so we can chat, alrighty? So schedule something. On United Health, criminal. You only have one account, Addy? Yeah. Okay, sounds good. So click that link right above your message. It's going to take you to Discord, and then follow the steps already in the Getting Started channel, please. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. So Nuke has that resistance at 610 there, so a bit of a supply zone. On the dip, I mean? Okay, nice. Yeah, a little bit of consolidation, right? I think this is what our next class needs to be on, like for the Addy, yes. Yeah. So the Legend, Legend Pro, and the Growth, those are the only ones available, not the sold out levels. But yeah, follow the steps, connect, and then make sure you go to the one-on-one channel and schedule something. Watch the last video in the Getting Started channel, please. Watch that last video. It's gonna walk you through everything. Hmm. Let's see. Uh, okay. Look at both of these on the daily. Volume versus. Year to date versus year to date. Yeah. Is it good or bad? It is a good thing unless we break below shark bot. Alrighty. I think this thing's had a beautiful run though. It might be losing some momentum, but for now, it's holding the bottom of the range, right? So I'm gonna move that line a little bit lower to 630 there. So if it stays above, it's good. If it breaks below, then no good. So for now, it's holding. As long as it holds, we don't complain. You know. As long as it stays above. You're welcome. Yeah, so 630 is holding for now. Holding for now. Zone is so slow, but I think we all knew it was going to be like that. And then LAWR needs to break out, right? So 470, 480. So we need some breakouts there. Nuke is looking better though. Maybe Nuke can actually hold above the 610 now, right? And then push for 630, which is where the VWAP and the next spot is at. Do I select person? SMTK. SMTK. Yeah, that one's been slowly pushing, slowly pushing. Yeah, there it goes. That was a nice breakout there. Oof. Damn. Sheesh. That was an aggressive move. That thing moved quick through that supply zone and SMTK. My goodness. You guys can see again the excitement for the breakout, right? Yeah. There goes 99%. 99%. Where's 100? There is 101. Oof. Damn. That thing said, let me cook. Just cooking. That thing just destroyed that supply zone and said goodbye. Thank you very much. Anybody scalping this one quickly? SMTK? And holds it up. There you go. Is it dumping now? Yeah. Too much T-Rexing. It did. Velvet, that's how it works. Right? That's exactly how it works. When you're holding something and another name shows up, people move on quick. Right? As soon as one's breaking out, the money's gonna rotate. Right? So HWH is still doing a good job of holding above 630, right? So hopefully it stays above it. UUU is kind of doing the same thing, still holding the demand zone. And then NUKK is testing NUKK is testing the view app now. I know you Luna. I think you're playing with this one maybe. All right, so just be careful up there. Alrighty, just be careful up there. Yeah, SMTK moved quick. My goodness, very very quick. Sheesh. So let's see what happens with the on hold. Stallion, are you in this one? Are you cooking? He's cooking, guys. He's cooking. He is cooking. He is cooking. Let me I mean, I guess I might as well just I want to pull up I just want to do a quick comparison here. Uh okay. See, See, that's let's look at since inception. Still beat, underperforms. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Let's go, Stallion. Come on now. You're in 119, $1,800. Get ready to sell. Get ready to sell. You're cooking today. Cooking. HWH is doing an excellent job here of like going back and forth in that range, right? Anybody scalping this one still? Uh, you're waiting? Okay. Yeah, I like it, guys. Yeah, you just sold it, Tony. Give me a high five. Shima, give me a high five. Heritage, high five. Do it nice. Salat, give me high fives, guys. I like it. Yeah, look at the range, right? Up, down, up, down, up. Unless we break below this range, you see, like it's still a scalper, right? And we've also obviously talked about like not buying the first candle in that range, right? So there goes the on hold, guys, for SMTK, and there is $2. $2. Stalin is just smiling right now. Smiling. I can see your smile all the way from Canada. All the way. Yeah, again, make sure you move those stop losses higher though. Move the stops higher, please. Or take those gains, Stallion. Good job. Yeah, that was a pretty sweet breakout actually, right there. Pretty sweet. Yeah, the FOMO kicked in. Let's go. So there goes that 205, 207. So again, move your, you don't have to sell the position, but you should move the stop loss up just in case, right? There goes 210, right? So the like moving your stop loss up is like if you're constantly worried about missing out on gains, that's the safest thing to do. You risk giving back some gains, but you also have that potential of making more, right? But that's a personal decision. Some people just scale out on the way up, right? 25% here, 25% there, 25% there, you know? Or some people just take the gains and run, right? So you have to make that decision based on like, you know, what you like. Hector, welcome to Goat, Hector. Welcome to Goat. Hector, are you in Discord? I think you are in Discord, right? I think so. So if you are, go to the one-on-one channel, please, and schedule the one-on-one. Alrighty, welcome. Since uh, mm, mm, mm. Okay. Are we back to the top? No, we just yeah, there we go. We're back to the top. Brand new highs of the day, guys. Look at that beauty, right? That thing said, and what? And kaboom. And what? And kaboom skis. Again, honestly, if you're a gold member, there's not a single time you've taken. Again, I'll use the term we use, right? Plan A, Look at the chart for plan A. There's not a single time you've taken a trade on this stock that hasn't worked today, right? That's the benefit of being a gold member. There's not a single trade on this stock that you've taken that hasn't worked. We're the gold members. But have you made money is exactly, Tony. Right? Not a single trade on this stock that hasn't worked today. Not one. Not one. I don't know why I'm moving that line, but I'm gonna return it. Yeah, not a single trade on this, which is pretty nice. Alrighty. And there goes your boom skis and your dip skis. I don't know. I don't know, Tony. Yeah, don't forget to smash a like, guys. Smash a like if you haven't already. Smash the like. Yeah, this is a fire market, isn't it? Right? Just make sure you don't diamond hand stuff. In and out because the stonks are coming hard and fast. Right? All of the stonks moving left and right. Just don't diamond hand. It does look amazing. You had a long meeting. Back at it now. Dang it! You missed all the chaos. All the chaos. uh, Yeah, good. It was a good meeting, Bilal. Trust? Why? Because you're smiling today. Criminal. Criminal. Yeah, Matt, you sold at 7 or you're in at 7? Well, what's the what's yeah. Let's go, Stallion. Come on, give me a high five. Let's go. Do, 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 do. Let's go. Let's go. So a little bit of resistance at $2.10 here, guys, for SMTK. Alrighty, so just be mindful. Matt, I think you made the daily goal today, right? You did. There is always monies, Bilal. Always monies. Yeah. And what? And thrust. That was a good, Matt. Good scalp. Good job. So a bit of a double top on this one here. And again, if you've hit your daily goal, right, slow down. Don't do anything too crazy. Nothing too crazy, please. Mm. And thrust. Yeah, that's a nasty slap, isn't it? A pretty nasty slap. My goodness. They're like 750? Not happening. Slap it. So that thing broke below that support, right? This is why we always say, hey, like don't buy the first drop into that demand zone, right? Why? Because you could get yourself in trouble. So yeah, our next class we're gonna focus on like consolidation probably, unless we have a different topic. We'll probably focus on consolidating. Right. Last time we talked about breakouts. Next time we need to talk about like the consolidation at the bottom, right? So again, that's for the Legend Pro level. Cool. Cool. Yeah, no, slapping it. No one should be red on this thing though, right? Shouldn't be. Yeah, there goes a nice little pop there for SMTK again. So let's see if we can when is the next class? The next class is for the Legend Pro members and the Gold members and the Lifetime members. So you have to be one of those. Yeah. Yeah, consolidation class, right? Like spotting the bottom and like, we'll just look at examples and see what they have and go from there. Yep. So again, for now, double top for SMTK, $2.10 double top. resistance. So yeah, IV schedule the 1-on-1. Albi, yeah, when you're done and you're ready, schedule a 1-on-1 as well. Exploring the bottoms. Bottoms. See, we could use GIFs on stream. We would. It needs to break out. That's what it needs to do. The longer it stays here, the more T-Rexy it looks. The more likely it is that you're gonna get a fat red candle. A fat red candle. Open. Triple U. Yeah, Triple U did a really good job. A really good job holding that bottom. Who was asking about that 605 entry again, guys? Someone was asking about 605. Yeah, we keep saying this one isn't quite done yet just because of that SOGP connection, right? So obviously your next resistance is this little level here. Like 625. Nice pump. Yeah, so you have a little bit of resistance here for Triple U, so just be aware of that. Alrighty. Anybody still holding Triple U in the chat? Anybody? So again, $6.25. Just be careful. Just be a little bit aware. Alrighty. Cool. Yeah, Shima. Now you're gonna make me do that research for for Starlink. So it's trying to break out here, Triple U. Trying to. It's like I can do it. Well, like yeah, you can. Just do it though. But yeah, just be aware. Tight stop loss, George. Good job on the entry, by the way. Good job. Good job on the entry. Prices probably Shima. $500 is gonna be like $1,000, isn't it? But yeah. But yeah, like it's if it's necessary, then that's okay. Yeah, constantly, right? SMTK is now selling off though, right? Because again, you can see that resistance, right? You can see the triple top. So to me, we talked about T-Rex, right? Like no one should be holding that thing if it's T-Rexing, right? If it's T-Rexing. Details. Transfer. 7. Rob's AO quite hard. Yeah, it is. Right, the money rotated and now this one's dead. Right, the money rotation and is dead. So now the money's with Triple U and SMTK. So next one to die, then something else will take over. Was too late. So once you didn't FOMO mayhem, good, right? So always wait for those dipskis or wait for the breakouts. Good, good, good. SMTK, yeah, it's gonna need to clear 210. Right, so this is the newest one for now. So if it can break out, then yeah, the volume is still with this one. George, I like that scalp a lot. Right, I like the scalp a lot. Why? Because obviously it was consolidating at the bottom. They had 550, right, and then all the way to the triple top. Easy money, right? Triple top 620. Take the monies. If it keeps going, it keeps going. Well, you did the right thing. Or above 6. HWH. You, okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah, just make sure you know what to do. SMTK. Yeah, here we go again. SMTK. So retesting the top of the range again, and it looks like it wants to slap it, doesn't it? There it goes. Do I think the market's gonna recover? Which market? Like the SPY and stuff? End of the week? Or what do you mean recover? Like, what are you looking at specifically? See, we're in that little weird space, where like we play momentum stocks, and then but so when people say like the markets, we're like, what? I mean general market, like NVDA. I want to say yes. I want to say yes, but again, the only reason I'm not saying yes yet is because of this, right? Because of the market cycle, right? It's usually not an amazing time in the market, like September, October, right? So once we get to October, we're usually hitting the bottom, and then we start to cook again, right? Um, so so yeah, but again, like honestly, if we're dipping and you're scaling into positions, then you're fine. Um, yeah, type yes in the chat if you're still holding SMTK. Yep, ready to go through. Exactly, virus. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Just expect violence in September, right? Just expect violence. Oh. Mm-mm-mm. That's funny, Snipes. It gave out. Yeah, if it's dropping like that, you don't want to take too much of a risk, right? Yeah, like just let it. Maybe closer to 550 and the 200 EMA. Maybe it's gonna give you a bounce, but as new names show up, the money rotates, right? Looking at this stock, I wonder the Bilal, instead of you looking at rubbish, Do you see the plan A on this one? The newest, shiniest toy? Do you see the plan A? I wonder, Bilal. The gold members, huh? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The market is never going to recover. All is lost. It's nothing but doom from here. Zero. That's where everything is going. Ah, damn, Dan. My goodness. If you say that and we start dropping like 10%, everybody's going to be panicking, right? It's getting you. Yeah, write down those rules. Don't make me find you. Yeah. Sell everything. Sell everything. Oh my days. Oh my days, Dan. Yeah. I mean, looking for bottoms is nice though, right? So 550 is holding on HWH. Don't tell me it's holding. Ah, funny, funny, funny. It's like every 10 cents is a level to watch on SMTK. Damn, we've had so many names today. So many names today. My goodness, so many. You just have to not diamond hand. It's been an amazing day. Did I mention MU today? No. And then SOGP is pushing for 22 again. So as SOGP doesn't die, Triple U is not going to die yet, right? But clearly that resistance at 620 is a problem. You know, clearly it's a problem. Is anybody excited for the new IPO? Anybody? Like I said, I'll take a look at it tonight. I don't first glance, I'm not a huge fan. I think American companies stand out. When it's a brand new stock, you want it to be an American company, right? Also, you want it to be some like something that's revolutionary, or like an AI space type of thing, right? Or like crypto space, something that's like you're like, ooh, this is cool. I think they're gonna cook in the future, right? When I look at like a stock like Klarna or whatever, however you pronounce it, I don't get the vibes yet. I don't get the vibes. Um, yeah, don't get the vibes. But it doesn't really matter though, right? So the closer we get to the IPO, the level of hype is going to be the thing that drives it. Yeah. So there's a brand new IPO. It is called It is called this one here. These guys. These guys. Right. So yeah, I just don't. Yeah. So KLAR. Yeah. So again, the closer we get to September 10th, which is the last thing that I saw, then we'll obviously know more. And then we can think about pre-IPOs and whatnot. But for now, it's more of a watch to see the level of like excitement from everybody's part, you know. But yeah, does anybody actually like this company? Anybody use the company? No one's gonna say yes because if you tell me you use this company, then we're gonna know you make poor financial decisions. Poor, like you DoorDash and you pay in 8 installments. Those are the people that use this company. Okay, so nobody better say yes. But does anybody like the company as a potential play? It's famous in Canada retail. It's yeah, interesting because when I googled it, it's like Klarna Canada. So Canadians are making poor decisions, huh? I have a business, we use it. Okay, yeah, that's different though. As a business owner, right? Lots of people in the UK use this company. Okay, it's very popular. Okay, okay, same like a firm. Yeah, exactly. You use it sometimes, Dennis, in Sweden. Yeah, Swedish company. Will make money. Credit card yeah, exactly. In Sweden, it's very popular. Okay, okay, okay. Sounds good. Yeah, Alan, we'll take a look at the other one. I'll take a look tonight at both of these, right? So I think what I really want to do is not trash it right away and then ignore it, right? Because we know the details of the company itself don't always matter, right? It's more about like the if it's a popular company, it's gonna have hype, right? And that's all. That's it, right? Like I said, the easiest way to get into this is the pre-IPO. So if you can get in, right, and it has nice hype, you can probably sell on day one and move on, right? So yeah. So it's not fair that we dig too much into the company because we know that doesn't matter on day one, right? If it has hype, it's gonna pump. So that's really it, right? Even Chime, like we were trashing Chime, right? But even on day one, the thing gapped up like $5 to $10 and then crashed, right? So the pre-IPO, even for trash companies, is still a good thing. In three, no interest charge, so it's not bad. Kyle in the UK, okay. Yeah, see, like it seems like a very popular company. Sweden, Canada, the UK, and then in the States, you guys probably have Chime, right? So those guys probably win the battle there. So that might be the difference. But yeah, Amir, okay, yeah. So we'll take I'll take a look tonight, so then we can talk about it tomorrow, and then I'll look at the other one as well tonight. Tonight we are. Yeah. No, I'm just saying you do have it in the US, KB. Okay. I'm just saying maybe in the States, like a firm outperforms them, you know. Sunny? Yes, 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 yes. We're just kind of looking to see, see the one thing that I didn't like was that the company was losing money, but I think maybe it's just a technology company that's expanding, right? Because they said somewhere that they're expanding into banking, right? So like checking and stuff like that and credit. So uh, maybe that's what they need the cash for. Maybe that's why they're going public on CNBC. Yeah. So the hype will be the most important thing on day one, and then we can scalp and run, right? So I think for sure though, like the pre-IPO, um, like going into September, if you do the research and they have hype, the pre-IPO is the way to go. Especially if you're planning on selling right away and taking the restriction from IPOs. If you're planning on holding for 30 days and beyond, I don't think that stock is a. I don't think that's a stock that's gonna cook. Unless the markets are cooking, then maybe it's gonna join. You know, like think about it. Like, is a firm a fire company that's cooking? A firm that just doesn't have the vibes, right? Like, let's take a look at a firm, right? So you can always compare to, like, uh, what's the what's the ticker symbol for a firm again? Yeah, I think, yeah, firm. A firm is at $84. So maybe this is a, but I think a firm is also a different beast, though. Yeah. So a firm. Hmm. Yeah, a firm is going for $100 on Friday. Yeah, interesting. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, if a firm is performing like this, maybe people look at a firm and compare it to that, right? Cool. You like it, Al? Yes, yes, yes. 220 resistance, Velvet. Are you taking any gains on this 220 resistance? Yeah. I think that's always the annoying thing when it comes to IPOs is we can look at these IPOs and a lot of them are garbage, but they can still perform. Anybody planning on anybody planning on getting in on the pre-IPO for that IPO? Anybody? I think that's the way to go. That's the easiest way to go. Easiest way to go. Because even if it's garbage, it's probably still gonna do something. Snipes, your mom is a meme trader. With like the holdings, AMC, Robinhood. At least Hood did well though. You might try virus. Okay, maybe. I think it's like 90 days if you sell right away. KB, you're gonna try it. Okay. Yeah, I'll take a look tonight. I think face value we can already tell that like um it's not a company that's changing the world. And it would have been nice if this was a United States company, but they're in multiple countries, so that's a good thing. Um, but the hype is there, right? Because everybody knows them, so that's a good thing. Yeah, I think again, pre-IPO is the way to go. Because I highly doubt if you get in at $35, $37, the IPO range, I highly doubt that it's just gonna crash below that level. Usually it doesn't happen, right? We either gap up or we open around the same price and you can say, you know what, not amazing, let me get rid of it, right? So probably KB, right? Probably. So the pre-IPO is the way to go. And then we can judge it when it actually goes live. And we can judge from there. Velvet, are you still in that position? Because that thing said, hopefully it didn't sell. Because it came back. Panic sold at 168. Oh, my goodness, Sinan. My goodness, 168. Where did you sell this? So yeah, that's what you bought. You bought this thing at $2 and you panic sold at 168. This is the type of stuff we say not to do, Sinan, right? This is the type of stuff you miss out when you're not a member or you're not, like we keep saying this. Like if you're not a goat member, sign up for goat because you're making silly decisions. Why you bought this thing at $2 in the first place after the big run like that is again you literally bought this thing right there on the way up, right? And then it started to drop down and then you sold right at the bottom and then it went back up, right? So some of the simple stuff that we teach and teach and teach and teach. Look for the dipskis, look for the breakout, look for this, look for that, right? Simple mistakes like that are costing you more than the price of membership because you don't want to invest in yourself, right? So also this thing was getting spammed in Discord all the way down there, right? So but you bought it all the way up there, right? So some of the simple stuff is costing you more than invest in yourself. La, 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 which is better. Yeah, it needs to clear 220 and actually close above because that's what the third time now. 220 and a fail. 220 and a fail. I have a one-on-one, guys. So let me know if you have any last questions, and we're gonna hop off in like 2 minutes. Ready? So I have some one-on-ones to do. Don't forget to smash a like, please, and thank you if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe if you're new. And again, if you're not a member yet and you want to join us in Discord, click the link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbots and come join us. Alrighty, so we're gonna hop off in like 2 minutes. Let me know if you have any last questions. My first one-on-one is with Michael. I don't remember. Yeah, if you have a one-on-one and it's time, just go to the one-on-one voice channel, guys. Otherwise, I don't know. Some of your names are different on YouTube, Discord, email. So I usually don't know who to message. So yeah, so when you have a one-on-one, just go to the one-on-one voice channel, right? There's a voice channel. Just go chill in there. Then I'll be like, okay, 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 okay. Because I will DM you sometimes and say, hey. Sometimes I just won't know. Okay, I think Groundhog. Are you Michael? Yeah, it's really trying. So we will continue watching these names in Discord, guys. Much love, everybody. Groundhog, Michael. Okay, perfect. Good. See you. See you there in like 5 minutes. Alrighty. I'll get some water and run to the bathroom, and then I'll see you in the one-on-one channel. Cool. KT, good job today. Have a good day. Zilly, have a wonderful day. Much love, Dan. Um, yeah, yeah. 220, 220 is still failing. Sheesh, that level is strong. It really wants to break though. Like it really, really wants to break. Right? And it looks like maybe this time it's gonna do it. So there goes brand new highs. Bye Ross. Okay, sounds good, Velvet. Diamond hands. Later, Stefan. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Again, be safe, everybody. Thank you all very much for the support, and catch you guys later. Bye, everybody. See you in Discord, virus. Bye, guys.